Pussy soup. Yo, my friend, are you from Twitter? Excellent. What's good, my friend?
Just driving currently. I do at nights. I just hop out, go change tires, jumpstart cars, all the easy shit.
Okay, very cool. Do you ever get any damsels in distress?
No, honestly, I get mainly because I can't change a tire.
Word, dog. Yeah, usually ladies are probably in bed by then. All right. Or they're just capable of changing the tires themselves. You never know. I know that I've needed the assistance of roadside service in my time for some different reasons. So I do changes the tires. Not trying to change a tire, and I've done it. Have you ever done? Let's see, do you do lockout of cars?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do lockouts, I do tire changes, I jumpstart cars, fuels, and batteries. So if the runs out again, them going again. All the easy stuff.
All right. Well, so is it like a AAA thing or something like that? That's an amazing opportunity. All right. Are you?
Yeah, I build using Anchor.
Oh wow! So you're quite well-rounded individual.
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps, which is the Marine Corps.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you for your service. And as I and as Veterans Day, correct? Excellent, because Devil's Den, pardon me. I want to talk to you in depth and keep you company. I always will. Super Supply Chain is my friend who I met last night. Super Supply Chain, are you ready to your YouTube stream all taken care of?
Yeah, still got 31 minutes before I can stream, but I've been
Okay, excellent. Okay, wait, very well. Do you mind? Have you ever heard me in a Twitter space ever show myself?
Like I said, I don't very much here. And whatnot. Main thing I followed in the forest is that the Obama Harry Potter bedroom set.
That project.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. I'm live in their Discord, in their Telegram right now. Amazing. So, how long do you go in crypto? What got you interested? Tell me your journey.
Yeah, so I mean, originally got involved in it in 2000. I had my shoulder and my back messed up in the Marines. In 2020, I surrounded with it even more, mainly on Cardano, just doing blue chips. And then this cycle, I started off in early 2024 when pump was kicking off, so around January. Got to enjoy that whole fun little. So now I've started, self-teaching myself since earlier this year. How to code, how to use Rust. I could do other chains, right? So I could use Move for trying to work on Ethereum. But Solana is currently one of the hardest ones to do. So I'd much rather learn to learn and build what I like to build compared to starting off easy.
Okay, that's amazing. And are you involved in the Scrooge project?
For the ducks or whatnot, yeah.
Yeah, the
a
ducks.
couple of them.
Okay, wow. Okay, and then do you have any other favorite Twitter posts?
I don't really do too much when I'm playing with Twitter wise. For a little while, I did artwork for Sam and Jamie, the ones behind Wall Street. That's the original owners.
Yeah.
So I used to do NFT with them, work with Little Pump, work with Joe Exotic on those fucking spaces with their management. So I got through a lot of fun stuff, but the bottom line is I didn't really gain anything from it. I was still in the same place I was, even though getting to go talk to those people.
Okay.
I could go to the gas station for a Red Bull.
Oh, sure. You said you're going to run into the gas station?
Yeah, no, I'm in there right now.
Oh, okay. Very well. What flavor do you get? The regular, the sugar-free, the raspberry, whatever? What do you get?
Usually watermelon or one of the fruity ones.
Okay.
So it's more palatable.
Yeah, because the other kind, from what I know, kind of tastes like shit.
Yeah, they're not that good. The other ones with it.
Right. Okay. Let me. Devil's Den. Do you?
No, I don't use like tree.
Oh, why not?
I keep to myself for the most part.
Okay,
That's
that's
the past year.
totally legitimate. So you're not looking to market yourself yet.
No, I don't really need to. When I build stuff, like I have a launch pad that's got live streaming with also professional features trading already built into it. So like if I'm building stuff, I build projects and then just go off of that. I keep the same usernames, but
That's important. Yeah.
that's the only marketing.
Okay. And so you don't do Twitter Spaces that often. You just happen to be in Scrooge's, and you see mine. You know that I've been doing my. And usually you can see video, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes mine a little different. I don't know why more people don't do video spaces. To me, it makes them more entertaining, but I understand if people aren't comfortable being on camera. All right. So, Devil's Den, you've heard my spiel. You know I stream my life for world peace. Can I give you the second half of it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'm going to do the whole thing because I don't know exactly if I was able to communicate the first part. I think I did partially, but here we go. I'm Rabbi Rothschild. I stream my life 24 hours a day, it's a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I've been doing since the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a king, and everything in between. This is a real-life Truman Show, a real-life Big Brother. This is a real-life timeline world and a time capsule of society. Bill Gates coined the phrase in the 1990s. In 2018, The Economist magazine stated that data had overtaken petroleum as Earth's number one resource, and I have more data archived on the internet than any person ever, which may make me an influential person. And when that happens, I want to make you, your friend, family, all independently wealthy. I want to make sure you have the opportunity of generational wealth, and most importantly, I want you to be able to start charities and philanthropic organizations of your own. I'm like any influencer you're ever going to find. Most people who are I'm live right now simultaneously on more than 20 different streams. This is an incredible amount of data. Not only do I stream my life for world peace, but I want to help end world hunger through the use of technology such as agricultural drones, floating greenhouses, saltwater greenhouses, hydroponics, vertical farming. I want to help end world thirst. I'm sponsored by cryptocurrencies known as Harry Potter, Obama, Sonic 10, and it's worth about $100 million. One of the things that we do is we build wells and water towers in developing nations such as Nigeria for the benefit of the less fortunate. I'm an advocate for the Life Straw program, and most importantly, desalination technology, where we pump its seawater onto land to make it drinkable. In addition to all of that, I am someone who likes to talk about futurology. I'm a futurist. I like to talk about anti-gravity matter, faster than light travel, faster than light communication. Things like Santa Claus machines, invisibility cloaks, space tourism, space elevators, terraforming of other planets, interstellar travel. I like to talk about things like extinction. People don't know this, but the first extinction took place in the year 2003 with the Pyrenean ibex, which was a goat located in northern Spain, southern France. Fast forward to the year 2021, a company out of Dallas, Texas, is founded known as Colossal Bioscientific. They've made it their goal that within the next years, or by the year 2028, to reintroduce the woolly mammoth into the Arctic Circle utilizing Asian elephant surrogates. I think this is a mind-blowing goal. Following the reintroduction of the woolly mammoth, they want to reintroduce the Tasmanian tiger, followed by the dodo bird. I just think these are really exciting things, and I consider it a privilege to be able to stream them. Additionally, when you were born, Devil's Den, the average life expectancy, or someone like you, is probably about age 80. I want to increase that. I want to give you the resources, if you want, with your consent, to be able to utilize oxygen therapy, human growth hormone, stem cells, cryonics, cryogenics, things perhaps peptides, nootropics, cold shock therapy, things like red light therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, ambrosia therapy, to get not just 80, but 100, 120. But at 120 years old or so, you may say, Rabbi, back in 2025, everything you said sounded like science fiction. Now it's become science fact. My body's starting to break down its plan. And again, this is all with your consent. You may be able to utilize a type of technology known as mind uploading technology, where, with your consent, we scan your brain into a computer like a CAT scanner and MRI, knowing where every atom is in your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system for the download. As an android, an avatar, a cyborg, a cybernetic being, a clone of yourself, a robot, an ethereal being, whatever you want to be. But essentially what I'm saying to you, Devil's Den, is that you may have an opportunity at digital immortality. What are your thoughts?
I like it. I don't know how the memory aspect would go when it comes to like neat 3D printer type aspect with it. Have they done studies on what exactly produces a memory and how can you, if they know what produces a memory, can they replicate it?
Yeah. So currently, tests are being done on small mammals, essentially mice, and they allow mice A to complete a maze, and they're able to do some type of memory transfers into a second mouse, mouse B, and mouse B is able to do the maze exactly correctly the first time without any clues. So we're already able to do some types of memory transfer in small ants, but what you're saying is certainly a hurdle that we're working through in science. I'm sure you've heard this before, but basically every cell in your body has a lifespan on it of a maximum of about 7 years, aside from some unique neurons and perhaps age if you're a woman. Um, the idea is that you've already replicated most every cell in your body multiple times, depending on your age, and thus the idea of the transitioning of a similar process. So essentially could perhaps be able to map or nervous system in your peripheral nervous system down to the atom, and then be able to take that in a being. Many times people raise the question, is this really you if you create a secondary being? And it's really a paradox. Basically, the idea that in one port and you take it apart piece by piece and rebuild it in a second port, is it the original ship or is it a new ship? And it's really a matter of opinion whether you would consider that new being yourself or if that's a new being altogether. Essentially, though, the idea is this: if we can preserve our memories, knowing where every atom is essentially in our central nervous system and our peripheral nervous system, we'll be able to put this conscious into different beings. So that's when I get into the android, the cyborg, the cybernetic being, all that stuff. And if we're able to do so, we're also going to be able to save this information, which is really important. Like in a video game where you have a save point, you would have the same essentially in your life. So let's say you, Devil's Den, wanted to go base jumping or go to space, and God forbid something bad happened. We could go back and basically remake you using the memory that we were able to save. While this is still hypothetical with humans, it is being done at a certain level with small mammals, and within a generation, we may have human trials. So I hope that it's the best I could do to answer your question at this time. But I can say this: a generation ago, something like Neuralink seemed like science fiction, and now we have more than a dozen people who have working Neuralink systems with them. And additionally, we have people who not just have the Neuralink brain computer interface implanted in them, but there are also caps that you can wear, like a shower cap or a swimming cap, that allow for brain wave transmission and communication. So if we can do brain computer interfaces this generation, perhaps in the next generation or the generation following that, we may be able to have memory transfer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Excellent. It's a big thought, and I totally get it. I get a lot of pushback, especially from religious people, even though I'm this person myself. But I have a very scientific aspect of my life as well. And they say, well, isn't that playing God? And, isn't basically taking vitamins in your own way playing God? I mean, this is technically a life extension technology. And I get people to say, well, that's not really you. And it's okay. That's fine. That's a subjective opinion. That's why I reinforce when I say this, at least 2 or 3 times I try to say, with your consent. There are people who say, I don't want that. And I say, okay, I understand. That's why I say, with your consent, if you want to die at age 80 and not have any life extension technology, then that's fine. If you want to have just the basic life extension technology, like a artificial heart, or perhaps an artificial limb, or something along those lines, you can have that. But if there are those of us who basically think that we are at a point in time where technology may allow us to escape some necessary aspects of our life, like death, traditionally, why not take advantage of it?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Now, one thing I did want to ask you, because I've never been able to really talk to you too much. Before you were starting to do these live streams, what did you used to do when it came to crypto, like work, or kind of like what all entailed to being able to do this?
Absolutely. Well, I'm a rabbi, but a profession. I'm a certified project management professional. So I've launched apps on the app, which has allowed me some little independence. They're very small. And additionally, I've had major contracts with Fortune 100 organizations. So I was what's known as a project manager, but also a scrum master. Familiar with that word, with that, basically someone who helps to organize projects for development teams. And I launched projects on every continent, aside from Antarctica. So we're talking Oceania, certainly the Middle East, Europe, Africa, North and South America. And I prior to that, was just like basically in management. And so I have a technical background. How did I get into crypto? Believe it or not, it was around 2015, and I wanted to be able to buy things on the dark web. and I know about crypto like that. I bought Bitcoin and so you would pay for LSD in Amsterdam with Bitcoin, and they just mail it to the card, and that's a bunch of LSD. So that's how.
Yeah, and also there's like Silk Road and all the back end stuff with it, along with the issues originally they had for Bitcoin with the block sizes. That's part of the reason why Ethereum and the other blue chips came out. So with the project lead stuff you used to do, if you want me asking, how old are you?
I'm 39 years old. I was 35 years old when I started this project.
Oh shit, okay. Yeah, I'm 26.
Okay, so boy, you're quite.
For crypto, it's definitely it's still a gold rush with it, right? There's still gonna always be people buying X amount more than leveraging more you need to. And it's always when it comes to the things and whatnot, it's just a transfer for a lot of new projects like that. And that's why instead of me running towards the gold rush, I'd rather be the one selling axes, like the pickaxes for. I'd rather learn the ins and outs and exactly to position myself in the best way possible. So that's kind of my whole thing with crypto. Just because initially, I mean, the were even criticized because it was done fairly shittily compared to what been out there since the 90s and like the late 80s. People that Satoshi emailed that were known in the space for encryption, encrypted data, they even critiqued it, and they're like, "It's not that good. This is very like a novice kind of thing." But what made it so popular was, personally speaking, I think Bitcoin was made by a three-letter agency.
Thank you.
Mainly just because
Thank you.
with the Treasury put so much money
Thank
into
you.
it, they had all the ins and outs with it.
Thank you.
Along with when they used to do the raids to try and take out, different drug busts and also steal all the Bitcoin. How would they take the Bitcoin, right? How would they find a value in it back then? So I think that's America's main goal is to become the crypto capital of the world, like they've said, because if they do, and if everyone adopts it, they basically run a monopoly to be the richest country.
That's true.
Like, don't get me wrong, extremely smart. I live in America. Please fucking do it.
Right.
Big taxes.
Right.
But it's definitely a dog eat dog kind of world for the crypto space. And I appreciate you sharing that with me. I was just kind of wondering, kind of what made you kind of get into it, what did you used to do before?
Absolutely.
I've thought about doing stuff like this prior, but not to that extent. My issue is I have ADHD, and like, even if I try and do streaming for gaming, like even for the newest Doom game, I started doing live streaming for that, and after 12 hours, I just can't do it, But it's also because I have a lot of like personal stuff I have to take care of and handle that I just can't all day be able to do it,
Absolutely. I get a lot of people who say, boy, that's the dream. I wish I could just stream all day. And to some extent,
it's quite terrible.
well, I do my best to live my life generally as normally as possible. I've streamed as far north as Santa Barbara, as far south as San Diego, as far west as the Pacific Ocean, as far east as the desert and mountains. I've streamed in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, Disneyland, basically everywhere in Southern California. And IRL stream is great, but you can't do a lot of interaction with people. And basically, it's expensive. You have to always worry about power banks, your phone overheating and lighting, and you can't do it with as many devices. And so while I do IRL streaming, I have primarily been a desktop streamer for most of the time that I've done it. And I live my life the way that I normally live it, which is quite enjoyable to me. Well, aside from perhaps more social interactions I would have, but I mean, at least my life at home is listening to what's Daf Yomi. That's what I have. It's basically within Judaism our daily study. It is davening, so that's like praying. It's something that I do every day on camera. listening to podcasts and watching documentaries, to watching sports, interacting with people. And those are kind of things that I have always done. And I just make sure that a camera's on me when I do it. Um, there are issues that arise when you're a full-time live streamer.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, because I'm going up to the tire change, so I was got to knock that out. Really quick.
Absolutely. Come back when you're ready. No big deal. I'm glad that we've gotten to speak.
Yeah, they do 11 minutes, right?
11 minutes. Are we going to do a countdown? Okay. Super Supply Chain. Have you made your link tree yet? No, I know. I'm going to be on you, though. Don't worry. And then I have to figure out other things on which to get you. Making sure that your biography is perfect and your numbers are perfect and all that other stuff. So don't worry. I'll be here to help you. Okay, so we got 11 minutes. Well, how was your day, Super Supply Chain?
It's pretty good.
Excellent. Super Supply Chain. Do you do any Twitter Spaces? Twitter Spaces, which is like the audio function of Twitter. Oh, you're too cool for school?
I just, I'm not checking. I'm 45 years old. My kids are like, you know.
My man, you said that you aren't techie. You run a 24/7 stream. That's as techie as you get.
But I'm learning it from them, right?
I know.
See the potential in it, all that. And so my goal is to like IRL my life because I go sort of what you're doing.
Excellent. All right. So let's say I took care of all your bills and your kids were all grown. Would you ever do 24/7 on camera?
Yes.
Is that the goal?
Yes.
Oh, that's
I'm
tight.
trying to set the house up now like that so we can start doing that.
Oh, now you're talking, Super Supply Chain. Now that is really cool.
Yeah, so we got 8 cameras. I'm thinking I'm gonna use the like what we talked about today. We're gonna add like a camera to each living room, kitchen, bedroom, basement, common area, and stuff like that. So you can like switch between the screens. I guess use them like an Elgato or something to get this. And then we'll have each one of them have their own screen. So like if you went to like the living room, so we were all in the living room, you would see a camera. You can go to any one of the other cameras that's for whoever's channel, I guess.
Absolutely. There's a guy in Russia who does this. They've been doing it about 4 years as well. However, they don't archive the footage. Would you want the footage archived or you just want to do streams?
Some of the footage I will archive, but then I'm gonna need a big. I don't have all the stuff I need to be able to. I'm trying to raise money, so yeah, this 501c3. I'm at max, mentally capacity wise. So what we're doing is trying to figure out how to navigate, build out the web page, get some online presence, raise some money. The stuff's tight right now based on the
Absolutely. Okay, and if you, so you, I mean, to store data yourself is practically impossible. It's a lot of money in storage. Unless storage gets significantly cheaper, it's a big lift. Um, every day I put out like pretty close to a terabyte of footage myself. So to buy a terabyte a day, that's maybe anywhere between like $200 or so, just depending. So that's a lot of storage. But that doesn't mean it can't be archived on the servers of Google or Alphabet and Amazon and Meta, and all those guys. So okay, so you want to basically have like a like a Big Brother house, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So there's this guy who does this. It's called Fish Tank, and he basically this is not what you would want to do, but I'm just making sure you're aware that this is a thing. So basically, he offers people the ability to come live in a house. Just one moment. We have somebody who joined us. Hello, hello. What up? Check for problems. How are you?
How are you?
I'm well. Check for problems. May I ask how old you are?
19.
Okay, you're 19.
How old are you?
I'm 39. Good question. All right. Check for problems. What do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
It's a hard question. I don't even know.
Okay, that's all right. How'd you find out about me? Check for problems.
I got invited to the server.
Okay.
I don't know when, but I joined. And I keep getting notifications, so I just trying to be serious.
Okay, very well. Do you mind if I tell you myself?
I would love to.
Excellent. I'm Rabbi Rothschild. I stream 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I've been doing so for more than 4 years. My streams go back to the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of and everything in between. This is a real life Truman Show, a real life Big Brother. This is a time capsule, a timeline of human development. Bill Gates coined the phrase in the 1990s, I'm making it true today. 2018, The Economist magazine stated that data had overtaken petroleum as Earth's #1 resource, and I have more data archived on the internet than any person ever, which may make me an influential person someday. And if and when that happens, I want to make you check for problems, your friends, your family, all independently wealthy. I want to make sure you have the opportunity of generational wealth, and I want you to be able to start charities and philanthropic organizations of your own. How does that sound? Check for problems.
It's awesome, man.
Excellent. I'd like to
Wow.
100%. I talk about solutions for the world's problems, like world hunger. I'd like to solve that with technology, such as agricultural drones, floating greenhouses, saltwater greenhouses, hydroponics, vertical and cloud seeding. I'd like to help end thirst. I'm sponsored by a cryptocurrency that's worth about $100 million. And one of the things we do is we build wells and water towers, helping nations like Nigeria for the benefit of the advocate for the Life Straw program, and most importantly, desalination technology, where we pump earth seawater onto land to make it drinkable. How do those things sound to you?
That sounds great.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm a futurist. I'm someone who likes to study the future and technology of the future. Things like anti-gravity, matter faster than light, travel faster than light, communication, artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial superintelligence, quantum computing, cryptocurrency, space data, space tourism, interstellar travel, terraforming of other planets, things like invisibility cloaks and Santa Claus machines. De-extinction is another thing that I like to study. People don't know this, but the first successful de-extinction took place in the year 2003 with the Pyrenean Island goat, located in northern Spain, southern France. Fast forward to the year 2021, a company out of Dallas, Texas, has founded Muscle Bioscientific. They've made it their goal that within the next 3 years to reintroduce the woolly mammoth into the couple, utilizing Asian elephant surrogates. And this is a mind-blowing goal. Following the reintroduction of the woolly mammoth, they reintroduced the Tasmanian tiger, followed by the dodo bird, which I think will be really exciting to be able to document. When you were born, check for problems. The average life expectancy for you or someone like you is probably about as old, and I want to increase that. I want to give you the resources to be able to live long if you want. Things like oxygen therapy, stem cells, cryogenics, nootropics, peptides, things like cold shock therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, things like perhaps red light therapy and birth therapy to get you to be anywhere between 100 120 years old. But at 120 years old or so, you may say, Rabbi, back in 2025, everything that you said sounded like science fiction, but it's become scientific fact. But my body's starting to break down. the next plan. This is, if you want, with your consent, may be able to utilize a type of technology known as mind uploading technology, where, with your consent, we scan your brain into a computer like a CAT scanner or an MRI, knowing where every atom is in your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system for later download. As an android, an avatar, a cyborg, a cybernetic being, a clone of yourself, a robot, an ethereal being, whatever you want to be. But essentially, what I'm saying, you check for problems, is there may be an opportunity of digital immortality. What are your thoughts?
That would be really cool. That'd be
You're 100% allowed to class. Absolutely. Not just that. Absolutely. Wouldn't, yeah. 100. I do my best to be. In my free time, when I'm not entertaining people in Discord, I'm on something called Twitter Spaces. If you're not familiar, Twitter has an audio article, and I tell them about what I do, and they have the exact same reaction that you do. They're like, "Wow, this is really cool," and many of them are just they have correct strategy to be able to promote themselves. I get a lot of people in here from Twitter. A lot of times, people from other countries are in here. From other countries, there's a good chance they find either from Discord or what social medias, but Twitter Spaces is a big one. And the other people who I've met, I met one off of Kick, one off of Twitter, and then I met you in Discord, right?
That's right.
Excellent. So I'm literally, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your high praise. I'm literally in here 24/7. I mean, I do leave, I do go outside, but generally the cameras are always on, and you can always come in the Discord. So it's not, I'm unlike any other influencer you're ever going to meet that normally they go offline and then do something else. In this case, you go offline and I'm always here. So you can find all of my streams. You have the opportunity in the upper left corner of this Discord, you'll see a red circle that says 24/7 live streams. If you'd like, you can click that link and you'll see all my live streams in YouTube right now. But you said that you've been getting the notification. So you know I'm on a lot of YouTube streams. I take it, right?
Yeah, I'm like looking at one right now. I clicked on one of the links from the notifications, and I'm thinking this is your YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, but I
I
have
don't know if you have other ones.
I have 20 of
Oh
them.
yeah, you have multiple.
Oh yeah, definitely. So here's
Yeah,
what I
just checked.
You're good. So here's what I want you to do. Check for problems. Go in the upper left corner of this Discord. There's a red circle that says 24/7 YouTube streams. Do you see that?
Yeah, I'm on your YouTube description where you have all your socials linked.
Okay, there's that works. But if you would, I want you to see all my YouTube streams. So in the top left of this Discord, look at the red circle that says 24/7 live YouTube streams. Do you see that?
Yeah, there.
Okay. Click that link, and now you're gonna see all my live streams. And it's like more than a dozen. It's a huge amount. I even have a ceiling fan.
Yeah, I see that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, never seen someone with so much social media, but never someone who's live on more than even one YouTube stream, right?
I mean, yeah, I'm not really big on streams.
No, I understand, but
To be
like,
honest, but
so this is a really big deal. Have you ever seen the movie The Truman Show or the television show Big Brother?
I have not. No.
Okay, that's okay. That's all right. The Truman Show is a movie from the late 1990s starring Jim Carrey. And it's basically the story of someone whose entire life is on camera. And that's essentially what I've made my life. So when I say this is a real life Truman Show, that's what I mean in the movie sense. Or real life Big Brother. If you've ever seen that show, it's on CBS. Basically, where there are cameras everywhere and you can see what somebody's doing 24 hours a day. The thing that makes my streams different than any other person who live streams, because there are other people who live stream, is I archive all the footage. And I think that's really important. It's basically maybe 100 years ago or 200 years. Exactly. It's a time capsule or a timeline of human development. 100 years ago or 200 years ago or so, I'm my diarist, someone who writes in a diary, or a journalist, somebody writes in a journal. but I just do that with the medium of video.
I think that's really cool.
I
Yeah, it's
appreciate
not
that.
every day that you see somebody who's really big on to what they're into, and they do a lot of research and like to talk about it.
100%. I'm passionate about what I do. People ask me, don't you get bored of it? And I absolutely love it. I would rather, aside from going viral and traveling the world and streaming my life, which I want to do when I go viral, um, I want to live stream my entire life. With each day, I become more impassioned in what I do. I think it's important for the world. If you're not aware, like AI needs examples of humans to be able to build its models. And I have more human data archived than any person ever, which means there's a good chance that I'm going to be very important to AI in the future. I already know, like AI already knows who I am. You can ask AI about me and what I do. Additionally, there's the fact that I keep video going in the background of all my streams 24 hours a day. So you can literally go back to any of my streams at any point and get timestamps, essentially, of what was going on in world history. And I think that's really important too. It helps us to have a consistent knowledge base of where we are in history. And also, I've seen some really amazing events. I do say we've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a king, and everything in between. We've seen assassinations and assassination attempts, Olympic Games and World Cups. When I talk about the birth of AI, certainly AI was around before my stream, but what I'm talking more so is the use of large language models. I was an early adopter of ChatGPT in November of 2022. I was a user of ChatGPT on its launch date, November 30th, 2022. And we've seen how the world's been changed by ChatGPT and Claude and Gemini and Copilot and all the other large language models over the course of the past few years. So you can really go to my streams and actually see when these things were launched and people were very hesitant to use them and did not take them all that seriously. And then they started replacing jobs and they became very important in people's in society and such. So I think that's an interesting aspect of my streams as well. So that's what I do, and we make friends. I've got over 2,400 people in here, which is great. And over the course of my day, every night we get some friends in here who will be in here in the next 2 hours or so. And we play games every night before they go to bed. So that's fun. Um, I like to play games. And aside from that, I like sports a lot. Do you like sports? Check for problems. Check for problems. Can you hear me? It's okay if you
Oh,
can.
sorry.
You're good.
No, my Discord muted me.
That's okay. Do you like?
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, excellent. Okay, very well. Devil's Den. We have our friend here, new friend. Check for problems. Devil's Den. How'd everything go with the tire change?
There was a nail in the tire. It's too cold and my hands hurt, so I just aired it up. Wished him best of luck to him for tonight.
Okay, very well. So you don't remove the nail?
No. If the nail's still in there, you just leave it. You can air it up, or you can swap it to the spare. The problem is the spare he had is a very shitty, flimsy one. He's hopping on the expressway, and it still could maintain holding air. It's just his car sat for about 8 hours, so it completely went flat.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. So if you guys weren't aware, our friend here, Devil's Den, is helping people on the roadside assistance, but they're also in cryptocurrency, and they've seen me streaming for almost a year now, but frankly, the stream in which they always come, while it has an open mic, I can't really hear people in there that well. It's just an old iPhone that I use, so finally we're able to convince them to come in here today, and we could really find out about each other. So we're all kind of learning, and then our friend here, Super Supply Chain, I met him yesterday. One of my bots went into his streams and made a clip of his channel and got him in here to give you an idea. The other person in here, their name is Brandon. They live stream their life in here alongside me, though they don't always have their camera on. But they are a young man who loves sports and just loves to be around people. So they found me in Discord, and they are the number one streamer in here, aside from my accounts. And then we'll have some female ladies who will come in later tonight, and they're the number two streamers in here. And so we've got a really diverse group of people. And as you may know, or I may have said, apologies if you've already heard me say it, I'm always live in here. You can always check in with me. You can live in here if you want to, like Brandon does. He just leaves his devices in on there. I get some people who just sleep in here, so they just don't like to sleep alone, and I totally understand that. So whatever you want. And then there are people who come in one time, say hi. They're very nice. We have great conversations, and never come back. It's whatever you want it to be, but they don't leave the server. They stay, and they're always connected to me.
I gotta pop out. Sorry for cutting you off once again. I gotta pop out. We keep putting calls on me tonight for tire changes.
Absolutely, go get.
I'll be back tomorrow.
100% Devil's Den. I'm glad we got to connect, and yeah, whenever you're bored, come in here, keep company, okay?
For sure. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later, man.
Take care. Peace.
Well,
All right, so back to my original question for you, Check for Problems. What are your hobbies? Do you like video games? Do you like history, literature, art?
well, you asked me if I like sports. I do ballet. I've been in ballet now since I'm 5, you could say.
Okay,
So I'm passionate about that.
so you're a ballerina.
And I also go to med school.
You're in school?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Very impressive. So you're a ballerina and you're in med school?
Yes.
No way. Wow, you're really amazing. That's really impressive. Okay, so what kind of doctor do you want to be?
I was looking for a heart surgeon, which will take a while, but I'm
You-
really hoping
So-
this will stick to it.
So cardiologist? Wait, you said heart surgeon. Oh, apologies, not a cardiologist. That's a heart
Like
doctor.
surgeon, not a doctor.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. I didn't think about what I had said until it was too late. Okay, so you finished college really early, right? Is that?
I live in Iraq.
Oh, you live in Iraq. Okay, it's very cool. Okay, wow.
I'm Kurdish, so it's different. The education system's kind of different here. So
Yeah,
I
definitely.
finished high school when I was 17. I did 2 years because I finished early, and then I did 2 years of pre-med.
Oh.
Also in high school. Now I'm in med school.
Okay, very well. I have somebody else in here from Iraq. So you're not alone, who's in here quite often. They started off in here, they were just working construction, and I was able to guide them to be a translator. And now they are an English, Arabic translator, and also a Russian Arabic translator, and they're making like 10 times the amount they were before. So that helped that person, but for you, you're going to school to be a heart surgeon, and that is already very successful, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. So you're a ballerina. Okay, just for a moment, we got a friend here. Guest judge, how you living, big dog? Did you send me something? Yes, you did. All right, I'm coming to look.
Sometimes we meet people who truly carry a heart of kindness, who help and support others without praise, without pride, or expecting anything back. Rabbi is exactly.
Oh, how sweet. Guest judge, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, my man. You're so sweet. Can you hear me?
Yo, thumbs up.
100%. So you got it to work.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Isn't it like mind-blowingly cool?
It's very cool, sir.
It is.
Very cool.
It is very cool. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Now I know it's really late, so I want you to get some sleep, but I want you to play around with it. Okay, so make some fun ones for yourself. If you want, you don't have to, but you can upload your face to it, and it'll put you in whatever you want. I want you to play around with it and get good with it because you're going to be marketing companies with it in the future. That is so sweet of you, though, to make that for me. I'm so glad that you were able to experiment with it a little bit, and you can tell that's the future, right?
Yes, sir. I really like it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. I like it too. So what we're gonna do, you practice with it a little bit, and then um what we'll do is I want you to make them for yourself. So you say like whatever you want. Great judge, giant judge, pardon me, is an excellent social media marketer. Contact them for all of your social media needs, whatever you want, and you can put yourself in a big skyscraper or whatever. I want you to make. You're going to need 10 of these. Now they don't have to be made in one day, and you can do up to 30 a day. And but once we get 10, we're gonna put them on your social media, and then you're gonna have really strong social media, and we're gonna tag them, and then your social media won't look like skeletons anymore. They will look robust. Okay, so that's the next plan. Okay, Giant Judge.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
You're most certainly welcome. I want you to know it's a privilege to work with you. I wish everyone was as appreciative and as easy to work with as you. Now, it's time for you about now or so. You get some sleep in the morning. I want you to start. Your goal is to have 10 really good videos. We'll check them out when you're done. They're not all going to come out perfect. So some of them you'll have to do again. And then when you're done, you send them to me, and I'll tell you this is a keeper or this is not a keeper. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much, sir. I will do that.
Absolutely, Giant Judge.
All right. Thanks.
You're welcome, my friend. So check for problems. You do ballet. All right. So is ballet in Iraq the same as it is in the United States? Like, do you wear a tutu, or how does that work?
I mean, it's just I go to private ballet classes because there's not really competitive ballet like here because of the culture and of the religion that's like surrounded around the country. It's not really acceptable. So there's usually classes for kids and there's private classes for adults. I usually just these days I just go around to like coach um, kids and like teens because I've done it for a while and I think when there's like no it's just I don't want to say it gets boring but like nothing else to like really do so I just go and kind of use that to coach and help other people kind of learn but essentially the same with like how they do it and the technique and the teaching.
Okay, excellent. And I see in your profile you say my wife crash breed. What does that mean?
So that is an inside joke between me and my best friend. It's a really weird story, but I don't know if you're interested in hearing it. It's kind of like
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
I mean, so my friend's boyfriend lied to her. I guess like they were together for like 6 months, and turns out he had a wife and kids on the side. And how she found out was that so he ghosted my friend for like 2 months and came back saying that his ex had a baby, but in reality it was actually
His wife. Yeah.
It was an ex.
Right. Oh
and
no.
How she found out that it was the wife? He just messaged her one day. It's like my wife crashed. Like she's fine. So, but she finds it funny how that's literally how she finds out that he has a wife.
Right. That is
And
hilarious.
another life aside from her.
Yeah. Okay. So I take it she broke up with him.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Good for her.
Of course.
Well, not everybody is.
Yeah.
That's not that obvious to everybody today's day and age. So I'm glad to hear that your friend has a good head on her shoulders. Okay. So I get it now. My wife crashed. What is the BRIH part?
I'm guessing that he was trying to spell bruh, but he misspelled it, so me and her put it as our pronouns on Discord. In the
Absolutely.
same way, because we use Discord to play games and stuff
100%.
when we're not hanging out
Yeah,
in person.
100%. Okay, excellent. Okay, and that is now I know. Okay, very well. Now I'm in on your joke. All right, so you have a best friend. What do you like to do with her?
I mean, we've been friends for 7 years, so we do a lot of things together. We live really close, like 7 minutes away from each other,
Okay,
and we just do quite literally everything together. I don't know.
is English your first?
No, my third.
Wow.
Actually.
What other languages do you speak, if I may ask?
So I'm Kurdish. I don't know if you know what that is, but
Yeah.
Kurdish is my first language, and then Turkish because I went to a Turkish school.
Okay.
And then Arabic because I live in Iraq and it's like mandatory kind of for me to learn it.
Right.
And then English when I was 14 through YouTube videos.
Oh wow.
YouTube videos.
You are so inspiring. So you didn't know any English or very little English until you were 14?
I knew like I don't know, like I didn't know it that well. Maybe like simple phrases for like, oh, I don't speak English.
Right.
And like the standard ABCDs that they teach you here.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow. Okay, so when you came in, I thought you were definitely an American, so you have an American accent, and your English is so perfect that it's so impressive. So you're an impressive person, and you're studying.
I mean, I have my days with English.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Don't worry about it. So when you came in, you have a very youthful voice, and I thought, well, I get a lot of people in here who aren't 18, and if you're wondering like why is he asking me that, I just don't want to talk with children. Not that I don't think children are mature, but they're not as mature, and a lot of times people come in here and ask me questions that may not be appropriate for children. So I did want you to know that, but don't think that this is a not safe for server or anything like that.
I understand. I get about my voice, especially a lot of people actually never tell me that either sound like a little boy or a little girl. Either the two, I don't know.
It's certainly youthful, but that's a positive thing. So, and your English is just so perfect. I know you say, "Hey, I've got issues with it" or whatever, but I mean,
there's just days where I don't speak it as much, and kind of like look for my words, but
sure,
it depends.
Absolutely. So, do you have to wear a head covering?
No.
No. Okay.
We don't follow Sharia law.
Okay. Did you used to?
No, I'm not religious.
Okay. So let's see here. If you're 19, you were born after the invasion of Iraq, right?
Yes.
So you were never under the Hussein regime.
Saddam Hussein and
Saddam Hussein.
in general hated Kurdish people. Yeah, he hated my people in general.
He tried to wipe you off the planet. They gashed you.
Like my parents were all always like they always talk about how they had to there was times where they would run away and go into the mountains because he was just bombing everybody.
And gassing.
He felt like it.
And gassing them as well, as I recall. That was a major issue. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So wow. That's amazing. And now Iraq is turning out little American. I say that jokingly because you just sound so American. I know you're Iraqi. Well, you're Kurdish and Iraqi and all these other things, but okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you stream at all?
Do I what? Sorry?
Stream? Do you stream online?
I do not know.
Okay.
Do you have? Come on here to talk to people.
100%. Are people usually respectful towards you or no?
Oh, well, it depends on what kind of community
Agree. I get that
I'm
too.
in.
Yeah, I get that too. Okay. Excellent. All right. Um, do you game? Did I ask you this?
I don't think you have now. I mean, I used to
Okay. What games do you
until my
play?
PC kind of like stopped working.
Okay. Oh, what game did you play? Or what games?
I mean, I used to just like pick like up one mini game that my friends were playing at the time, so I would just like play with them.
Okay.
I was really big on Minecraft because that's kind of what I grew up watching.
100%. Okay. And do you ever play like Fortnite?
Like around the time where it was like becoming popular, I did.
Okay.
Because it was a thing back then, but I never really continued like playing it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I understand. All right. And now you're studying to be a heart surgeon. And do you go to school 5 days a week, or how does that work?
Yeah, 5 days a week. Not right now though, because there's elections happening
Okay.
currently. So we get days off for that.
Excellent.
But yeah, 5 days, and we have actually Fridays and Saturdays this weekend too,
Okay.
just unlike where you're from.
Yeah, no, definitely. Isn't Friday like the day of rest there?
Yeah, Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
It's because like it's like a holy day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just like how on Sunday they go to church,
Right.
Friday they go to the mosque.
Yeah, exactly. I've seen that. Okay. And so you're a religious, you're secular individual.
Hmm?
You're a secular individual, a religious, you don't follow any religion.
Not really.
Okay, absolutely. Wow, such a, I mean, you have a beautiful spirit, a beautiful soul. You're very intelligent.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Um, you are impressive. I really mean that. Um, just um, you give me a lot of hope for our future youth. I can tell you that I meet a lot of people you can imagine, and they aren't all as respectful and accomplished as you are. People, boy, they just they can be very immature and very um, let's see here, mean. Frankly, a lot of people can be mean, and I think that you are just incredibly gifted. Okay, so and then when you said, so here's the funny thing when I'm like, okay, so you're in med school, in the United States school, you're usually in your early 20s, like 19, I'm 19 in med school. I'm like, wow. And then you're like, I'm from Iraq. Oh, wow. I would have never guessed. I thought you would be from, where I'm from. Like, that's, you just, you're just, you could fool a lot of people, which is such a compliment to your work ethic and how difficult it must have been to just say, I'm going to start learning English. And so YouTube taught you. Okay, YouTube, a wonderful teacher, isn't it?
It really is.
It really is.
I mean, I think I kind of just learned English out of spite.
I could see that. I could certainly see that.
Yeah, because I got when I was younger, I got a scholarship to this Turkish school that I told you about.
Yeah.
Which was a private school, and everybody there kind of were like picking up on languages because they had to learn multiple since it was a private school. I wasn't used to it, and a lot of teachers were picking on me because I didn't really understand what they were saying. Like, I couldn't understand anything because I was new, and they kept picking on me, and I couldn't understand it when they were picking on me. That was the most like the extent of my English at the time. So during this summer of that year, I just started watching like YouTube videos, and I picked it up the next year, and that's when I started talking, I guess, because
Good
they
for
weren't
you.
really mean.
Yeah,
I'd say.
absolutely.
When I was like really young, I was got mad at it, to be honest.
Sure. So, do you? I'm not sure how the education system really works there, but do you go away to college? Do you call it university or
We call it
graduate?
university, but
Okay, you call it university.
usually we just call it school.
Okay, you just call it school. And aside from your friend who was unfortunately in a situation with that gentleman,
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of friends actually.
I can see why.
I hang out with them. Yeah, yeah, it's just like I've known them since I was younger, and then I've met a lot of them in university as well.
Excellent.
And
And
yeah, so I hang out with them a lot. Sometimes I bring them on Discord with servers, like we server hop together.
absolutely, they're always welcome here, so long as they're anything like you. A friend of yours is a friend of mine. Do you guys throw parties together? Do you have celebrations, or
Uh,
are you very studious?
yeah, we do.
Okay,
I mean, we don't really do anything kind of like, we don't really, whenever we party, it's not like we're doing drugs and stuff, like we're not, I don't know if that's the definition of partying in
Uh,
the US.
that's
but
one of them. Yeah, no, that's one of them.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. Is alcohol
we
legal?
don't use substances.
Good for you.
I mean, occasionally, yeah.
Okay, is alcohol legal there?
No, it's legal.
Okay, it's legal. Okay, great. Some Middle Eastern countries it's illegal, and it's like they death penalty if you have it, or it's like really strict. So I don't know all the laws there. Okay, so do you drink in moderation?
Yes,
Okay,
I would say so.
okay, very well. So you do a little bit of partaking in that college life kind of deal. Okay, not that that's necessary. You don't have to drink. That's certainly there are a lot of people who don't, but I understand. Okay, but no drugs, and that's a good thing. Excellent. And you study, and you're a ballerina. And do you know what? Do you know what? Okay, so I don't know if I'm using this term correctly. I've known some ballerinas in my life, but so you're very flexible, right?
That's true.
Excellent. Do you know what active isolated stretching is?
Uh, I, maybe I do,
I'm sure. Just for a
I
moment.
just don't understand it in
Yeah.
English.
No. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you know more about it than I do. But basically, I'll just show you a version of it. So you can do this in a lot of ways. But you take a rope and basically just hold positions, and no matter the different positions, but it's known as active isolated stretching. You focus on a certain area of your body to get it more flexible. I'm sure this is something that you have to do, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, excellent. And then you do that.
I mean, stretching and like maintaining the flexibility is a part of like a daily thing for people who do ballet or like gymnastics or any kind of like sport that requires you to be flexible.
Right.
Or just in yoga.
That's exactly right. And then you do the bar, the dance bar, right?
Oh yeah, the bar.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, very well. Um, all right. Have you been in any ballets that I might know? I only know like two of them, Swan Lake and the Nutcracker.
Oh, that's I mean I know them obviously, like I know the whole routine of everything, but like I said, we don't have them as like it's not a competitive kind of thing here. So
Okay.
it's never like, oh, I'm getting ready for a competition and I have to do it. Like I mean I do know it like so like kind of I've done it since I was younger.
Okay.
So, see now I'm slipping out my words a little bit. My English is kind of like messing up.
That's okay. We want to challenge you with
I
that.
guess I'm getting kind of tired. Sorry.
I
So sorry.
completely understand. It's either really late or really early.
Oh, it's 6 in the morning and I haven't slept since like yesterday.
Okay.
So like it's been 24 hours, maybe more.
Okay. Well, I mean, of course you're gonna need your sleep, but Here's what I want you to do. Your English is amazing. I am a certified foreign language teacher, so I'm always here to help you if you want to work on glossaries to improve your language. But by being in my stream, I use a lot of words that people don't normally use in everyday society, and to help you build your vocabulary. So I want you to know I'm here if you ever need want to work with that. Um, I'm always here to be a friend. If you ever need somebody to talk to, or you want to, you have a question about something, I'm a good resource, especially because I'm always online. So feel free to connect with me. Um, and
Sure. Thank you
yeah,
so much. It was great.
100%. Um, I don't want to take up all your time though. It's 6 in the morning. You should be getting some sleep. And but I just want you to know overall how I really, really am impressed with your maturity. You're a very mature individual, and that's incredibly
Thank you.
impressive. Absolutely. So with that, feel free to stay there. Feel free to sleep in there. I'm gonna get on the Twitter Spaces. I'm gonna continue to promote myself and get more people in here, like that gentleman who came in, who I'm working with him on some projects. And feel free to enjoy and chime in if you want. You're more than welcome to. I want you to know more than anything, you have a new friend.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So if you ever need anything, just like any other friend, I'm here for you. And the thing I really like about you, a lot of things, but when I was like, how old are you? You're like 19. How old are you? I'm like, hey, that's good for the goose is good for the gander, as the phrase is. So, yeah, excellent. I'm not
Yeah.
shy about that. I just want to make sure everybody's of age. So, excellent.
Well, that's great. Thank you. We'll definitely come back to it because I like this space. I didn't expect it to be like this because somebody, the opposite of you, actually invited me into here. So,
Okay,
but I'll definitely be back here for sure.
absolutely.
Well, I'll try to get sleep.
Please do.
I
That's
can't really
important.
stay very long because I'm running on data right now.
Oh no,
I
I
think that's
totally
gonna run out.
understand that. Totally understand that. You take care. We'll put a bookmark in this for right now, and come back whenever you have time and update me on your life, and I'll update you on mine. Okay?
For sure, you can always text me and tell me to join, and I will be here if I'm awake.
Excellent. Sounds like a plan. What's your name? Check for cubs. Before you answer, I'm Rabbi Rothschild. Rabbi is Hebrew for teacher. I'm a rabbi, and my last name is Rothschild, so that answers my version of it. Why are you check for problems?
Okay, I was going to ask that.
Yeah, 100%.
Check for phone. I like to change my name really often.
Okay.
So
I
I
get
asked
a,
my friend, and at this call, I told him, what should my new name be? And he said a bunch of things, and at the end, I had to check for problems, which was his name in itself was too long, so I just picked the last part of it, and I had to check for problems.
okay.
But I'm usually known as extra around the phone line, so
Okay. Are you extra?
I go by extra, yeah.
No, I know that. But are you
E.
okay? Like XTRA.
Yeah.
Okay, but are you an extra person? Are you like very simple, or are you extra? Like, are you basic or are you extra?
Well, I don't really know.
Okay. Do you know what the terms mean? Like in, uh, so how would I describe it? Okay. Okay. Good. So you know what I
I
mean.
do. But
Yeah.
I just don't know. I do know what you mean. I really can't answer that because I don't know.
That's all right. As I can tell you, the world is moving towards being very basic, and so being extra is unique. And so if that's what you are, then that's great. Be whatever you want to be. And there's a big part of your life that has to be basic, though, to be a doctor and such. But don't ever forget your unique style and such. Okay, so feel free to change your name whenever you want. But just know if I don't remember you right away, all you have to say is I am in studying to be a heart surgeon, and I'll remember stuff like that. Okay.
And I live in Iraq.
You could say that too. There's only one other person, and I know him. His name is Mufasa, and he's a really nice person. And so we're 2 for 2 of the people who I've met from Iraq who have been able to. I've met other people too, but been able to get to know a little. You're both very, very nice. So, let me ask before you go.
You too. Like,
Thank you. Is your goal to live in Iraq the rest of your life, or do you want another country?
well, I don't really have any plans to do so, but when I do, I think I can really easily.
I think you can very easily too. You're educated. You're going to be a doctor. Your English is impeccable. You'll be able to go to basically. You'll be able to come to the United States and probably most European countries. So, okay. So like I meet other people. Just a quick story. I met here, and he's from Tunisia. I love this story. And he just came in here randomly, and I'm just doing my thing, and I'm like, a lot of times people, I'll be busy, and I'll be like, hey, what's going on? And he'd be like, I just saw you just live streaming with your camera on in the socialized Discord or one of these other Discords in which I am. And I'm like, okay, yeah, uh, you know, what's your deal? Basically, what do you like to do? Do you mind if I tell you about myself? Okay. So he starts. We start talking about desalination technology because that was something that was interesting to him. And we start talking about Tunisia and Tunis um, basically like, so what's your plan for life? And he's like, you make America sound so wonderful. It's always my goal to live there. And I was like, okay, well, what's stopping you? And he's like, well, I mean, it's just such an overwhelming amount of stuff to do. And I was like, well, there are a lot of people who are just migrating here today. Like, it's, I'm not saying to break the law, but you could perhaps seek asylum. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, what's the worst they're going to do? Send you back to Tunisia? Like, they're not going to hurt you. And he's like, yeah, I mean, you're right. So, like, I don't think too much more of it. We talk a little bit about whatever. If he were going to come, like the way people come. And he comes in, like, just a couple months ago. And he's like, Rabbi. I'm like, yeah, how are you? I don't remember. I get so many people coming here. I'm like, okay. He's like, we talked last year. And I'm like, okay, can you remind me about yourself? And he said, yeah, I'm from Tunisia. And he's like the only person I talked to from Tunisia. And I go, oh, yeah, we talked about water desalination. He's like, yeah. Well, get this. So after I talked with you, I started saving my money like you said to do. And if I recall correctly, it happened so quickly. I may get that he took, but he's like, so I got on a cargo ship and it took me to South America, and I walked from South America to Panama, took a ferry at Panama, and then walked from Panama to Mexico, and then just came over the border, and I'm living in California. I'm like, dude, we're like neighbors practically. And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, what are you doing nowadays? He's like, working as a security guard. He's like, I don't want to tell you where I live in California because I'm live streaming, and so he's like gotta kind of stay on the DL. But like he literally like just in a phone call in here changed his whole life to move to the United States. So he had a little. It is, isn't that? I'm like, man, when I go viral, we're gonna make your life a movie because it's just such a funny story that, like, I mean, you never know how someone's gonna change your life. And just this discussion that I had with him, and all of a sudden he's here and living his life. So that reminds me of Mustafa. Mustafa wants to come to the United States, and that's absolutely fine. And he may have, like, I don't want to get into his story too much, but just the government has been really, well, they caused a great amount of harm to his family, and with not necessarily the government, but like basically we could say like terrorist organizations, so to speak. And there's like a good argument that he has to seek asylum, and so he's saving up his money to basically do the same. But you, on the other hand, you're going to be different. We're going to make sure you go through all the different channels if you want to come to the United States. But there are people in Iraq who need help too. So you sound like you could help people anywhere in the world. But if I can ever help you in any way, if you want to come to the United States or whatever, I'm certainly someone who would do my best to give you good advice to be able to come here. But I think that how much more time do you have until you graduate?
To become a heart surgeon.
Yeah.
In 10 years.
Yeah, I would imagine so. They don't just let you start sticking hands in people's chests without you
Yeah.
getting enough education and
Especially
everything.
somebody's heart.
Exactly, 100%. Okay, so you're going to be in school for at least 10 years, and I'm going to be your friend for at least 10 years until you get that done. And, but yeah, that's, yeah, absolutely. Well, we can consider this the beginning of a beautiful friendship, and you get your sleep, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Yeah, we will
Absolutely.
just talk soon. It was really great meeting you.
Great meeting you as well, actually. Take care.
It was great. I'm
Excellent.
glad I met you.
I'm glad I met you as well.
Have
And
a great day and have a great rest of, I can't say rest of your stream because
it doesn't end.
Remember it.
God willing, yeah. Well, and tell the person who sent you my Discord link, thank you.
Oh, no, please don't thank him.
I won't. Don't worry about it. Okay, very well. Bring your absolutely. Bring your friends next time. I'd love to meet them as well. Take care.
Girl. And you too.
Peace.
I'll talk to you soon.
God willing. Bye-bye. Chef Mario, how are you? Hey, super supply chain. Your 11 minutes is done, big dog.
Yes, sir. I got in the studio.
Okay, you got in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all you needed to do. Now go back to Rumble, and you know how you press you press those toggles. This time you can press YouTube, and we'll check and make sure that you're live.
Okay, so I need to cut off my other screen.
Yeah.
So I go to Creative Studio, go live. I go to Rumble Studio.
What are you talking about?
What am I hitting now? Canvas screen.
Oh, one moment. Are you sharing your screen or somebody else? No, somebody else. No, that's okay. I know. Okay. Yeah, you're in Rumble. Okay. So it won't let you do what you did yesterday?
Okay, let me see. No.
Refresh. In the upper left corner, you should see the Rumble Studio logo. Click that. That should take you back home.
Only one camera stream, one permission can be created at a time.
No, we can do this. Okay. Go to rumble.com. So in your browser, type rumble.com.
I fixed it. So it had something up there that needed to be deleted. So I guess the one we started yesterday had to delete it. It said expired.
Okay, that's fine.
Studio now.
Okay.
Select the template.
Yep.
I'm gonna add YouTube. Add Twitch. Add Kick.
So make sure you add YouTube, Kick, Twitch, Rumble.
I gotta add Rumble on there too.
No, I shouldn't have said that. Rumble's default.
I'm lying.
One second before you go live. Okay, that's fine. Do you know what your YouTube username is?
Super Supply Chain.
Are you sure you got that one? Okay. So you already went live, right?
Yeah, it looks like I'm on when I'm on the YouTube. Super Supply Chain.
Okie doke. Super supply chain. I gotta find you.
Okie doke. Okie dokie. Okie dokie.
You see it?
Let's
No, I don't see anything.
just one moment, Chef Mario.
What?
Just one moment.
What?
Does it say Jalil?
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't turn your camera on though. So stop your streams and restart them.
Network error.
Yo, so Chef Mario, what's your deal? Why you so loud today?
I'm loud.
Yeah, in the background, it's like super loud.
What can you hear? Can you hear my fan?
Yeah.
Do I need to put on my noise suppression?
Yeah, turn on your noise suppression.
Is that what
Yeah, turn on your noise suppression.
Put on Chris, how about now?
It's a lot better now.
Better now?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Excellent. No problem at all. How have things been for you on Kicks, Chef Mario?
I'm like, what do you mean it's so loud? I'm not saying anything.
No, you.
I thought you were saying I was loud.
No, I should have been specific. The background noise was loud. So how have things been? How have things been? Hey, your Blue Jays almost did it.
Yeah, they did. They tried. You came close. You gotta admit.
As close as you can
It looked
come.
like they were gonna win.
As close as you can come, basically. What? They took the Dodgers into the 11th inning of the Game 7 of the World Series and played them to the 18th inning.
And it's just like the other way around. If they were getting beat at the beginning, you know what I mean? And then they end up winning, they would be like, yay, it just happens to be the Dodgers, you know?
Word, dog.
They already won, right? So that's we like hoping we've been.
Yeah.
So is this the third year in a row?
That the
I think.
Blue Jays have been at no, the Dodgers have won 2 years in a row.
2 years. I think that's why the Jays made it such a big deal, is because we haven't won since '93. You know, like Dodgers won last year, so but it's close.
That's right, but you guys won back to back then, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. The division, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
they came close. It's not like they got their ass beat.
Oh no, not at all. They were very. They came as close as any team basically has ever come, except they didn't win. They played.
Teams won, then the other one won, then the other one won. It's almost like they forced it so that it was a tie, so that it lasts longer and more. You know,
More revenue.
you don't want to force it done quick.
I know what you're
Big
saying.
games are done.
I get what you're
Those
saying.
cities are making more money with it. You know, the fans come in to the restaurants. Like, think about it. Trump made a lot of money that weekend.
Oh, totally.
All the businesses.
Giant amounts. 100%. How's Kick been treating you, Chef Mario? What'd you say, Big Dog?
Like hotel rooms, those alone.
Yep.
How much money they made and how much they could have put the prices up.
Hotel rooms, merchandise, restaurants, all the hospitality.
Yeah. Tim Hortons.
And it's not just for Toronto, the whole state, basically everybody, or the whole state, apologies, the whole country.
Province.
But even the whole country. I know people who were excited in Vancouver.
The watch parties, yep. It just didn't have to be Toronto.
Right. The whole country.
There was people in BC, you know, just they made bars and made going up. Yes, people stayed home and watched it, but
exactly,
it's not the same when you're in a place with 100 people cheering.
Exactly. Did you see that soccer match where that guy made a bicycle kick? They're calling it the icicle kick because it was snowing.
No.
It happened in Canada, I think, over the weekend. Yeah, you'll probably see it upcoming. But yeah, the Blue Jays did really well. Shout out to them. That might be their year. And now it's the official time for hockey, right? All right. Super supply chain. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Trying to do it, man.
All right, take your time, Emma.
All right, so I'm in the studio. I hit the glass room or the go by. That's where I think
At the very bottom, remember there's a microphone and a camera. You want to make sure both are on. So make sure before you go live, you can see yourself on camera. And it's not just that green triangle on to the side. It's not just their logo.
All right, you see me?
Can I hear you?
Can you see me?
Oh, let me see. You mean on YouTube? Okay, just a moment. I can see you, but it's really dark. I see you moving the camera. Is there a reason why your video is really dark?
Should be right in there. I had to write.
Just one moment. There's like a 30-second delay. You're still really dark, but do you just not have the light on in your room or something? Oh, now I see it. Now it's better. Yeah, you're good now. Yeah, I can see you.
Perfect.
Okay, so I checked you out on YouTube. You're good. Now we're going to check you out on Rumble. And I tried this yesterday, and you did not come up. I don't know why. Still don't come up, but they can be slow. I'm not exactly sure. But then you sent me that link yesterday, so I'll go to that link on Discord. So Discord, my man is named Super Supply Chain. All right, let's find you. Okay, I'm looking at your Rumble now. It shows that you are live. Do you have your sound on Rumble?
Yeah.
Okay, just a moment.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, turn your sound on so I can hear it. You just turn off your camera.
Okay, I'm doing that.
All right. Okay. Now I can hear your sound again. Okay. Yeah, and you turn the camera back on, so you're good there. Rumble, you're 2 for 2. Okay. Now Twitch. My man is Super Supply Chain on Twitch. Super Supply Chain. Show us that you are live. You're good there. You've been going for 4 minutes. Okay, and Kick is the last one, which is how I found you in the first place. Super Supply Chain. It shows you're live. You are live. All right, big man. You're live on everything.
I had Instagram and TikTok as well.
What'd you say about Instagram and TikTok? You want to do those?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You can, but it's a little more. It's more difficult. So you don't currently live stream on Instagram and TikTok under normal conditions, do you?
No.
Okay.
I'm do TikToks like shorts and reposts and stuff like
Right. But you don't live stream usually, right?
Not 24/7.
Right. So Instagram, you can do it, but well, do you have at least 1,000 followers on Instagram? Okay, so you need 1,000 followers. They just changed it. Before you could do it with zero, but now you need 1,000 followers. So Instagram is not going to be possible right now unless you get 1,000 followers. And then TikTok, um, they don't give you the RTMP key usually very easily. They want to push you to doing TikTok Studio, which you can do. So you've got to download TikTok Studio from their website, and then you can go live. But um, it's a little more difficult, but you can do it.
I'll just wait.
Okay.
How do I set Rumble up to have like my background, screensavers, and all that?
Right. Do you know how to get your background and screensavers and all that stuff to run in OBS Studio?
I think so.
Okay. Once you get that ready in OBS Studio, let me know. And then you press the virtual camera button. And then in Rumble, instead of using your normal camera, you have it use the virtual camera. And then it's all set.
So you could go to OBS.
Yeah. So you want to go to OBS and get your screensavers and everything set up the way that you want. That banner at the bottom that's scrolling, all that stuff.
Get this set up, Rabbi, and I'm going to with you tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan. Is there anything else you need tonight?
No, I'm going to get that set up, like you said. I can get that set up first.
All right, big dog. You know I'm here for you. Take care, Super Supply Chain. Sweet dreams.
All right. I love you too, Paul. Thank you. Have a good night.
You're welcome, my friend. Take care. Absolutely. My pleasure. Where's Mr. Aquarius?
This is interesting as well. This is Derek from Money Bear. Talking about Sean
Where's Miss Aquarius? Miss Aquarius.
Come on, man, I'm out here on these streets. Because I'm a real journalist. I love Mike Perry. Dude, he does an awesome job. He's great. He's good at everything. Mike Perry is the it factor. And if you go back, he was probably below the belt. Might have been the Big Brown Show. I fucking told you, when Mike Perry has a kid, he's gonna quit being a knucklehead and he's gonna fucking step his game up. Look at this motherfucker now. Crushing it. Perry was in trouble saying the N-word, fighting a dude at some sushi spot. Dude, remember all that shit? You don't see any of that with Mike Perry now. It's just, if you're a fucking real man, when you bring kids in this world, if that doesn't make you sober and grow the fuck up, you're just a bad person. Mike Perry's a good fucking dude, and I've known him for a while, and I knew that was going to be the case. And look at his life now. Dude is crushing it. All this should be celebrated. The Mike Perry's, the guys that leave the UFC and go on to do great things. When you talk about shit about fighter pay law stuff, it's just the MMA culture. It's just culture in general. Everyone wants to hate on these guys and make fun of them. You got to celebrate Mike Perry. I was set out more like Andy Dufresne. I crawled through that UFC shithole, right? Well, I love the UFC, but I'm just saying, from the grips, the fucking, they have the grips on your life and your career, and you got to fight for your meals, and you got to crawl through that shithole and hope you make the other side to escape to San Montanito, where the fuck Andy Dufresne went to. When the guys do this, like Mike Perry, like Darren Till right now, you celebrate all of that. It's so hard to do. These guys should be celebrated and repost them and watch their videos. Mighty Mouse, another one. You've got these guys, these guys that go on to have bigger careers when they're done fighting or move on to another organization and become bigger. I can't emphasize enough, support them and celebrate them, because the odds of that happening are less than 1%, and these fucking guys are doing it, and it's so hard. What they're doing is so hard. Play this. Before you play, you have to be the first one. I can't remember who did a fighter that did podcasts where he's before me. That was the first one, yeah. Probably the shittiest one. The first one, yes. Yes, I'm the Jackie Robinson of UFC. That's something I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was. There's not. That was the first one. Now, it was timing, right? That podcast was just starting to be a thing. And I was the first, I met Brian Callen, who was doing bad podcasts in his garage and became buddies. So it's timing and luck. That was the first one. And out here, everyone, their mom has it. I know, that's something that goes from that. Yeah, most people forget. You almost forgot. Said things about you not being in live events or competing, and you called him out to compete against him, and why couldn't you call him? Sean started talking, man, I don't got no trouble with any of the fighters. I got so much respect for you guys. I literally want to make fun of it on the internet. I couldn't care less, but for some reason, Sean decided to say a lot of things about me that are not true. He can have whatever opinion he wants about a black belt. I said, come train with me then. And I said, I've been to your gym several times. I know the owner. I know your coach. I know a lot of people on the team over there. And get to train at that gym. So I'd be happy to come train with you. I asked him different times to do an interview with me. And he just wants to talk on the internet. And see, that's my impression. He says a lot of bull on the internet. When I'm standing face to face with him, you don't want to have a conversation. When I'm 2 feet away from him, you don't want to have a conversation. When I'm training at Glover Teixeira's gym and he's there, he didn't show up for the gym for 2 days because, in my opinion, because I was there, you don't want to. And I said, hey, I'd go there for the gym in an hour. If you believe that, come with me in an hour. We'll go to the gym together. I see both sides. So for Strickland, trust me, and kudos to Buddy Bird for being like, I'm down to train, man. Like that, so give him some credit because I'm around, I'm down to train, so he can see what's up. Kudos to him. That takes a lot of balls. He's gonna get destroyed, but kudos to him. So listen, I know he takes a lot of shit, but you gotta have balls. Be like, if he wants to train, I'm at all these gyms. I'm down, you know. But on the other side, Sean Strickland's going, I don't give a fuck if you want to train. Sean Strickland, it doesn't want to be the guy that gives him another platform. That's where Sean's at. I'd be willing to bet. Sean's like, nah, man, you ain't getting views and building your name off my shit. Go do that with these other guys. I want no part of it. Sean doesn't like what he stands for. So it's not a case of Sean like, oh, maybe he is really good. Sean doesn't give a fuck. Sean will eat him alive. It's more of Sean going, I give you the platform, man. I'm not going to entertain it. That's what that is. I see both sides. Kudos to Money Bird for going, I'm down. But also kudos to Shrivel, like, dude, I'm not some fucking internet whore. You're not going to use me for my platform. It's not happening. This is also funny. You mentioned it. I can also look at it for sure. This is Jerry Rothschild talking about how he loses weight.
Keeping any diet before the weigh-in, and my body just naturally went from 100 kilos to the 93 in a 5 week. Literally, like the next day, I have 97, 98 kilograms. That's how I'm doing the weight. So you don't have to diet or anything? Yeah, I just realized when is the fight. I just know that. I just know when is the weigh-in, and then my weight is going down. Day before the weigh-in, 94, 95 kilograms. So I'll make sure it gets me. So you tell me that your Rothschild can sit here and think like I didn't be 93 kilograms gonna be there. You know, I know what I said. Like I'm just waking up and combined by that. But I feel my body like the next week I have no weight. I need to be down. I don't know how. I'm going with the weight down.
Here's the thing. So this lets me know he can probably make 185, or he can fight at heavyweight. You know, it's like if you just tell yourself you make weight, you make it 205, you can probably fight at 85 if you had an actual weight cutting coach. You know, yeah, you fight 80. That means you fight 85. If you're not killing yourself to make it like most guys, you probably fight at 85. Yeah. Okay, so Muhammad Okayev, obviously, he had got pretty much kicked out of UFC. At this point, they should have done, yes. Shout out to Ray, yeah, man. Two kicks at the same time. Chuck, it's like benching a starter bag, or putting a number 3 hitter at number 8. They just need a little bit of. They just need more. The only way they're going to learn that is by send him out of the UFC or something like that. So this could be exactly what he needs to get to where he needs to get in the UFC. And he's excited. Lots of kid. Okay, this is the last one. Pretty much, I think we're talking about the GFC thing, or how GFL, how they kind of just stopped all their fights. Let me see what he says. I'm in the dark how to do it. See, Uriah Faber, so Uriah Faber was one of the famous fighters got in a fallout with the Global Fight League, and he recalls why it seemed like a good idea at the time. In 2024, entrepreneur Darren Owen announced the launch of a new MMA promotion, which promised a roster of games to any fight fan. However, in April, the event were officially canceled with no words as to when or if the league would attempt to relaunch. The late updates have come from JFL's Instagram with a post-encrypted message in October with no substantial details. The premiere of episodes of Tom and Cruz 11-4 podcast again celebrate these guys. Post and like their shit. So if you're not promoting something too much, they're offering a ton of money. I actually have the main guy, the guy new that used to run West Coast Fight Championship, come to the house and kind of explain it. I was just thinking, first off, this doesn't make much sense. Parts of it made sense. But what he was offering, everything else didn't make sense. The guy had an earnest and delusional, and some pieces that weren't making any sense. I feel like this guy was a bit gullible, a bit delusional, which is okay. My manager had seen Owen's checking account with $30 million in it, and he's saying, so that was the only reason I agreed to it. I was like, okay, this guy's real. He can write these big checks. He's saying, I also talked to Pettis, Page Van Zandt, and get checks from your private pre-checks.
was just the one that's like, bro, I'm gonna tell you this GFL thing. I looked at it, it was so awesome for me, and I went ahead and built that my sequel to UFC. Caution, even goes for reach out to the UFCCO because I wanted to ask him if he's okay for me signing the GFL for a rematch. One time opponent came around. Fader believes he was contractually clear of obligation to the promotion competed for. He still felt it was a good idea to keep White in the loop. It turned out to be a wise decision for Fader not to fully commit to GFL. They found out that the show's funds that had been
Yo,
allocated to fighters weren't all they were chalked up to be. The Jinx and the Armor started showing favor side. It turned out that the money in the bank was just a snapshot of money and briefly. And then had to give back and all this kind of stuff. Yes, I do something at a time, get my medicals and stuff. I already saw the rest on the wall. Don't my management, don't get medicals, this thing's gonna fall apart. Shit, whatever the one's ambition, provide general alternative to UFC, which was only for 6 years. My favorite admirers was always going for it. You know, just Oscar is just taking sides, especially since he doubts him when he was getting ready to spot at UFC. At one point of the GFL section, this is what is wrong with UFC and everything else. I'm like, everything's separated from them. They run the way they're going to, but they have their success. I feel like the GFL was kind of to that note, but for me, I have a lot of gratitude. I feel like this was a growing musician that I really like. I was going to say, that was it. It's basic. Yeah, for us, it was like, yeah, like, you know, my team had it, he showed us the same snapshot. So it's like, oh, damn, it does have the money. My thing with any of these leagues, like, I always go into it 1 foot in, 1 foot out, knowing the chance that around long term is not good. I'm down for them to pay guys like Tony Ferguson, Greg Faber, Anthony Pettis, Nate Vincent, all the boys, Andre Arlovsky, all the guys. They're getting paid, they're getting more money. So I'm usually getting them wrong and hey, let's do it. It's probably not going to be around long, so get what you can. And then, as far as I know, is he in the backing of, I don't know, he was from Saudi or some shit. And at the last second, which was supposed to reserve the arena, wherever it was, in LA, like the week they had to put up a deposit, they were like, no, we're out. And the dude's like, oh, didn't rest. So, he had a good idea, he has a good heart, good intentions. It takes a lot. But I'm always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm always like, hopefully it works out, but the chances are not good. Because you UFC, we don't need another league. But again, if all of us are going to make money, and these fighters who can't fight in the big fights in the UFC anymore, but have these big names, I'm in. That's pretty much it. Well, maybe this guy getting knocked out is a big boxing team. Son, Rothschild son is in the chorus. You know, when they got knocked out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why do you chorus? Why do you lift him off like that? Also, how you not even gonna include his name? It just says B. Davis, Rod Stewart's son. That's so fucking messed up. Yeah,
there she is. Miss Aquarius. I was waiting for you.
I had to get myself together, take a bath, take a shower, and all that.
I was saying in my stream, where's Miss Aquarius?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No need to apologize. I just missed you. I just missed you.
I know, I missed you.
Alrighty. How was your day?
It was good. How was yours?
It was lovely. I got to help a lot of people with their projects. They love me in Nigeria, Miss Aquarius. And we just had a young lady from Kuwait. She's in medical school. She's studying to become a heart surgeon. And
We had someone, this guy who I helped. Two other people came in. They were just here. They were one of them does a live stream, and he helps like underprivileged youth. And then the other person, they are like they're in the Marines, or they were in the Marines, and now they are in cryptocurrency, and they're also like a programmer. So a bunch of diverse people. And then this one guy from particular, he's so nice to me, and he's very smart. Oh, I give it to me.
And he came in and
He made me like a nice thing, he made me a nice video. So that was appreciated. Word. All right, get it, Miss Aquarius. Miss Aquarius, you got to get this. I'm going to do what you do to me. Go get it, Miss Aquarius. Get it, Miss Aquarius.
That's good. That one.
That would have
Go
been.
where I go.
There you go. Not good. Give it to me. All right, this is what you do. Go, Miss Aquarius. Go, Miss Aquarius. Go, Miss Aquarius. Go, Miss Aquarius. It's like, I can't go yet. I'm just playing with you. I know. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. I know you do. Get it, girl. You got 4 to get here. Get these 4.
Yay.
That was beautiful.
Thank you. Rabbi, go. Strike it.
I'll take it. I'm doing well. I'm going to get these 2.
You got this too, Rabbi. You got this.
No. No. I can't believe I did not do better. Get it. All right, that was good.
Okay, you win it.
You got this. Get these 2. Get it. That was a really hard one. All right, give me the strike. I'm gonna get these 2, no doubt. I don't even know why Play-Doh makes me throw it, because it's no doubt. And then I'm gonna get these ones because I want to get in the 80s. There we go. 80. Oh,
Good job. You win, I win.
I win, you win, Miss Aquarius. All right. It's Miss Aquarius's turn to win, even though she just won. She's gonna win again.
Yeah.
Get it, girl. Oh, Miss Aquarius, right off the bat. That's what I'm talking about. Give me this. Oh, Miss Aquarius, how am I gonna match you? Get it. Are you serious? Oh, Miss Aquarius. I can't believe I didn't do well there. Now, take a big lead. Oh, Miss Aquarius, 2 in a row. She's on fire. This girl is fire. Fire. This girl is on fire. She's walking on fire. Get it, 3 in a row. Oh,
I wish.
I wish too. Oh, girl, talk about being on fire. Get this. Get it.
You got a chance, Rabbi. Come on.
Oh,
You got
are
it.
you kidding me? Puck of the century right here.
Roger.
You've already got 50. Oh, not even. We can give up, but I choose not to. But look at you. You've got 50. Get it. Get another strike. Ooh. She's got 58, folks. There's no touching her. She is Elliot Ness in the Untouchables. Miss Aquarius, you are so on fire. It's not even funny. Not even funny. This is such a hard shot. Give it to me. Boom. Boom. Miss Aquarius is so good. Get it. Get it. Okay. 74. Get it. I don't know how. I don't even know what you do. Get the 2 on the left, I guess. That's okay. 75 is a good score. Not even close. Which, of course, I'm not even going to get 50. Give it to me. Give it to me. All right. Get this. Whoa. Miss Aquarius, you played like a pro. Amazing job. She has 144 wins, people. I won one. You won one. We both won 2. We're both undefeated. Undefeated in bowling. Undefeated in friendship. Excellent job, Miss Aquarius. Alrighty. Are you ready to go to bed? Yes, ma'am. You excited?
Yeah. I don't want to go out there and make food though, but yeah, I'm excited.
Good on you. Alrighty, Miss Aquarius.
No, dude. You get to sit down.
100%.
But it's okay. I've been in the house before. They're trying to get out.
Alrighty.
All right. After in the morning.
Sweet dreams, Miss Aquarius. God willing.
Rabbi.
Take care.
You too.
Thank you, ma'am.
Say
I will if I speak to him. Thank you. Shout out to Miss Aquarius, everybody. This girl is on fire.
Lost knocked him the fuck out in the first round. But of course, what do you think was gonna happen? No, influencer jumped in there with Andre Orlovsky. Yeah, man, that's how it goes. It got to the 4th round. That's how this goes. Shout out to Orlovsky, one of my faves. Is that it, brother? That's it. All right, UFC 322 is going down. It's going down in Madison Square Garden, the great state of New York, with the new Mondani in charge. We'll see how that shit show goes. Either way, you got a great fight. Who cares about the politics? You got a great freaking fight. I cannot wait. I'll be in Dallas with my son's travel football team. But trust me, I'll be watching this. I swear to God, no nickel. Let's freaking do it, dude. Get it done. Let's fight at the White House after this. All right, kids, if you enjoyed the show, go over to Patreon ad-free. It's patreon.com/TFADK. Love you guys. If you see me out there on the street, come say what's up. Till next time, I'm out.
Look at this
That
athleticism,
was
folks.
was a gym.
Join the Patreon. Generally speaking, you get early access to T-Most. If you do that, it's usually a few days
Was
early.
a gym.
This week I was on vacation.
Inner for time. Ultimately, again, there's no need to go ahead and there's no need to certify it. So therefore, again, what's happening over here is that halacha l'maisa is that halacha l'maisa according to the mayor, the giver has to do the news. But ultimately, the document is a valid document. And Rabbanan sorry, Rabbanan hold both research so just like I know, Rabbanan say, no, even if all the parties get the status of the Judar, therefore what? The rest still requires certification. And therefore, halacha l'maisa, that was ultimately the result in Hamotzi Netanyahu. Okay, I have immersed the heart in Fligubah. Well, Fligubah Palestine. If you already had this method before, we've already seen this method before. This is not design, no. Ain't and one in the post low, Divrei Rabbi Meir. So I say, what's the case of here? Raspan is in the last of the intermediate Wi-Fi in our class. This in and one, Raspan says, this is not awesome. Sanhasam ha'idin sh'amru k'sav yadenu b'zeh. About anusim ha'yiru, kikanim ha'yiru, psulim ha'yiru. So what's an interesting case? So let's say you have a shtar, whatever it is. God says that we're going to lend $200,000. Now what happens? The witnesses pull up. The witnesses say, yeah, that's our signature. You see, they testify that that's their signature. But they qualify their signature. They say, yes, we did sign it, but we were coerced. Or we were minors. Or we were hustled in dollars to give this English. So what's that? So generally we would say that they are believed. Now why are they believed? Because the Pesha is that since the English is coming through them, right? They're the ones who sort of create the transaction. They also need to qualify the transaction. The time of the Gemara, and one of the still give Rabbi Meir. The Meir, on the other hand, disagrees. The Meir says they are believed to certify the document, but they are not believed to invalidate it. Gabi Shtaras will not simply Yisrael al Kafka. So the Meir says that's because when someone says, yes, that's my signature, but I was coerced, or but I was a katan, or I'm a apostle. So they'll say, so then what they're doing essentially is you're eroding your own cheskes kashrus. Like they're eroding their credibility. And the Meir says you're not to erode your own credibility. Ultimately, again, at the end of the day, so fine. So the Gemara says, we've already had this machlokes before. Machlokes over here, we've already looked back to the Gemara. The Gemara says, the arguments is principle for aim and bottom of post here. Rabbi says if this is come along and they say yes, that's our signature on the star, but and what's the but again we were coerced, but we were pursued, we were kind. But ultimately again they're not believed. Why are they not believed? Because their holds that both the stars and customers are the time. And once you admit that the star was reading, there is no need to create stars. The Chum say Ne'emar. Chum say no, that they're Ne'emar. Let's say, so again, if that's the Machlokes over here, if that's Machlokes in our Mishnah, why do we need to say it again? It's already been stated once. Mishnah says, no, you both it's not like if you would just write down the right star, but he coming up on a mission that you need more star. In that case, the Islam required us to the Islam are the ones who create the transactional effectiveness. So because they create transactional effectiveness, they have a tremendous amount of power, and therefore perhaps they have the ability to undermine the effectiveness of the transaction as well. About talking hello. Over here about saying no. Remember again, who is unaffected in such a star? Giver. Maybe the giver doesn't have that level of power. The Itmar Baha, if religious and Mishnah case, Baha come over there, and they're only holds his strategic position in Mishnah. Maybe in the Bryce, even more than Rabbanon. Maybe he missed the Rabbanon. Therefore, she fine. So bottom line, two different ways. We're talking about this from there from the Rabbanon. So in Amar Rabba, so what's this? Rabbi said as well, Raya Be'ik. So what's this? Remember again. If you have it back, we're very busy with the shame. Like, you're not the one who says the gift is for why? You're in things that was giving you a gift. Now, about the shame, Matt, giving out the gift tonight, therefore the gift is void, nothing good. Shimon says, and therefore is a bona fide gift. What do we do? So my focus of the air and the family, we're focusing on the frontier, Motzi Mechaviro, Allah's Haraya. Right? Remember again, Rabbi Nosson says, Rabbi Meir says, the burden of truth is upon the giver. Is upon the giver. Right? The burden of the burden of truth is upon the giver. That he is a shooter and the giver. Come see, no. The burden of proof is upon Shimon. The extractor, what's the Mechaviro of Haraya? What raya? What are we looking for from Shimon in this particular scenario? So again, Rafuna, in this, so now Rafuna, Kiyom Mashtar. Now, depending on which way you go in this understanding, will determine my focus, prayer, and okay, let's go back. The thing with Rabbi also said, Raya, from say Moshe Chaver Lava Raya, you mean witnesses. Maybe you'll say like this, because generally, the reason we do this is as follows. Generally, in the Matnas Shemira, because as yesterday, there's a particular verbiage that is employed. Originally, right? So he says, Sid, I'm sorry, Sid Bahu, can't have a Mahalek Arag Loy Bishukah. Ubahalo Sidba. So it's again, normally again in a healthy person, it's actually interesting. It seems to be that we indicate in the star that this was a matnas body. How would you indicate in the star that this was a healthy person's gift? You would use the following verbiage. Ruvain made this gift when he was walking on his own 2 feet in the shop. What if he wasn't walking in the shop? It doesn't matter. It was an expression that was used fascinatingly. So in order to show that it's a matnas bari, they would employ this lashon. When Reuben was walking on his own 2 feet in the marketplace, he went ahead and conveyed this to Shimon. The fact that that phrase is missing compromises the authenticity of the shtar. So the fact that that line is not in there, it must be that it's a matnas shtar. It's the opposite. Whenever there's a matnas shchimera, that also has a particular verbiage. What's the verbiage that's used? Katzir barami ba'arisa. Normally a matnas shchimera, let's say, has the following lashon. What's the lashon? I remained right when I was confined to my deathbed. We have that lashon also my matnas shchimera. V'halok sibba, and yet in this case in question, that lashon is not used. What do you see from there? Shmanina, barihabi. What do you see from that? It's a matnas bari. Matnas bari. So you don't know how you don't know. Right. Just message probably interesting enough what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a star that doesn't have good lashon. Fascinating. I think sensitive to this, that you have to indicate. We always thought that the obligation was to keep it over matnas. It's not to do it as matnas. It seems to be that it's a matnas bari or is it a matnas? Has used the show. So it doesn't have Rothschild. I was walking on my 2 feet in the show. It doesn't have Rothschild because I was deathbed. So what are you doing with this? So you guys keep them up when you go around. So therefore, you can interpret this. A matnas shchimera or a matnas bari. What are you doing in a case like this? Ultimately, again, so we'll say, therefore, what's the halacha in the case of suffix mammon? So, what do you when you have a suffix in mammon? You assume whoever is currently in possession of it is the owner. And if you want to change that, what do you need? A raya. And what kind of raya? A beautiful the plukta to Rabbi Yochanan. Sorry, and this whole thing is margin machlokes. Rabbi Yochanan on the raya be'edim. Rabbi Yochanan says the raya. Remember, you're going to say, just we'll find back to that from. From saying, "Let's make a raya." Ruben gave a gift to Shimon. Ruben is claiming it was a matzah shchemera. Shimon is claiming it was a matzah sparring. Rabbi is talking about a case where the shtar itself doesn't point in the direction. Like the lashon is missing. So what does Shimon need to do in order to prove his point? So Rabbi Yochanan says Eden. So right, Shimon has to bring Edus that Reuben was Shimon at the time of the gift. When Shimon Lucky Shimon Rai became a shtar. Shimon Lucky says no, it requires certification on the document. So Isi Rabbi Yochanan, Shimon Lakish. So Rabbi Yochanan is catching to Rish Lakish. My son Bnei Brak was actually interesting case. It was an episode of Bnei Brak. What happened in Bnei Brak? The Echad Shemachar B'Nichse Avif. Listen to this. So there was a father. We'll call him Yaakov. Yaakov had multiple sons, Reuben, Shimon, and Levi. What happens? So Levi sold off. So Yaakov died, and Levi sold off some of the estate's property. Okay. Who makes? And then they died. Levi died. What ends up happening is Reuben and Shimon come along to the purchase, and they say, guys, sell. Levi's is void. Why? Levi was a katan at the time of the sale. He had no right to start selling off the state property. He was a katan. Okay. So now watch this. This whole thing goes south really fast. If you take a look at the Rashbam, the Rashbam says over here, below bar, Rashbam says, what we are assuming this case over here, we're going to prove this in this moment, was what we are assuming is the case like this. Shit, like Levi sold property, state property, right? And then what happens? But the property was not yet transferred to the purchasers. Levi dies, the purchasers show up to take possession of their property. So now, Reuben and Shimon say, no, the sale is void because Levi was a katan at the time of the sale. He had no right to sell the estate property. Now what happens? So Baal, the Shadwas Rabbi Akiva, Mahal the Bolka. So they came from Rabbi Akiva. Now the purchasers said like this. The purchasers apparently did not have any other form of proof. So they came to ask Rabbi Akiva, are we permitted to exhume the body in order to go ahead and see if Levi had physical signs of maturation? Right? The appearance of 2 hairs is enough to go ahead and establish that he was a brother. So can we exhume the body in order to prove that he has physical signs of maturation and therefore that the sale was valid? So what happens? The Gemara says, you are not permitted to desecrate the dead for this. Furthermore, the old simonim asuyin l'ishtanos la'achar misa. Furthermore, like simonim, things change, or the body changes after a person dies. So what you see now on the body is not necessarily indicative of what was there or how it was during life. So the key is you saying 2 things. Number 1, the answer is no. Right, because you can't desecrate a body for financial purposes. That's number 1. Number two, even if you find something, it's not going to be a proof because halacha l'maisa, simanim change ultimately again after. Because it's interesting. It's very taken by this line. Simanim going to understand. So let's say we like to think that. That so life is filled with the possibility of change. That is not. Right? Death is when the work closes and change. But it's possible that maybe at the end of the Gemara says, is that even after death, some change is possible. Money not sweet and the challenge to ask himself. Guys, money, certain things, the change in the after death. I ask yourself, but okay, so how do things change after I'm dead? So how do things change after death? So also, this is the profundity of leaving behind time. But sometimes again, when a person leaves this world, what you can no longer do for yourself, your loved ones have the ability to do for you. And this is incredibly important. Right? For those of us who don't have parents in this world, or all of our parents in this world, we sometimes our loved ones, and we think that once they no longer here in this world, things to do for them is no longer there. That's not true. See, when that's being dead, things change as well. The difference is the dead cannot affect change for themselves. But we, the living, have the incredible force and the incredible ability to affect change for the world. So it's one of the greatest Zufios we have. Is when we learn reading Mishmos of loved ones, when we do tzedakah, when we do chesed, when we become better people because we are inspired by the memory of our loved ones, they experience change. Their neshamas experience change. They can't be the engines of that change, but we could be the engines of that change for them to experience even in the next world. Such a profound Gemara. I see one says this house. One says, let's analyze this case a little bit. So Bishlama on the base. So Bishlama with the Daimina Raya Be'edim. So your heart is like this. So to me, this makes sense. This makes sense. Because I hold that in general, when we talk about Amotzime Havera Lava Raya, so Raya is the statement. So people don't know the proof. I see it. So what happened in the case in Iraq? What happened in the case in Iraq? Right? So the purchasers say that Levi was a brother. So what do the brothers say? What do Reuben say? Okay, Levi was a brother. What do they say? Bring neighbors. Bring witnesses. Okay, I don't know if you're making a claim. Support your claim with witnesses. So we'll ask people, and ultimately again, the purchasers were unable to go ahead and produce witnesses. And that's why they went to Rabbi and say, that's why the witnesses say Rabbi Akiva only allowed to examine the body, for physical crimes and maturation. Because again, they were asked to furnish witnesses. They could not furnish witnesses, so therefore they asked to examine the body. According to you, the Amrit Raya became a star if, but according to you, that the Raya, the proof in these cases, the certification of documents, I'm going to both go. Why they ask me to keep up to the body? Just simply, right? The threshold is so much lower. All you need is what? Certification of documents. You will say, by the way, how do you accomplish Kiyum Shtaris? How do you accomplish Kiyum Shtaris? Right? You go to Bezdin, witnesses attest that it's their signature. Bezdin puts the stamp on it, and that's it. There's no zooming bodies. What are you talking about? So you're Yochanan is saying, what Yochanan is saying is, the fact that purchasers ask for the exhumation of the body indicates to us that they couldn't produce witnesses, right? So the inability to produce witnesses was physical evidence that he was a gadol. But the Maisa is if Raya is certification of document, well, we're not exhuming anything. Call through it if it's not despite signatures, or find someone who recognizes the witness's signatures, certify the document, and we're good to go. So we don't find Jesus as proof, and he is clearly right over his work. There was one time. Me, Savage, in the first of the first case was much case. So as we were saying before, we were assuming that what's the case? Who has the property? That the property was in the possession of the family members. Right? Now what had happened over here? Levi sold off property, Levi died. But he died before the property was ever transferred to the purchasers. So now after the purchasers saw this in hand. They still tried back to loss, but maybe your brother sold us property. It's in your possession. Hand it over. And that's not the case. The custom, the customer's going to be proper timing. The Kufos, do you think that the case over here is where the property is in the possession of the family and the purchasers are coming to extract it from the finance of the case? The custom, that's the Kufos. No, the case over here is where they sold the property and purchasers possession of the property. And now what's happening? The name Bishtacha, the Kama'ari. Shimon, the surviving brothers, are coming on for Christmas and give us back the property. So what you said that changes the story a lot. So the case over here, the Gemara wants to suggest is where maybe not only sold the property, but transferred the property as well. So therefore, the property is in the possession of the purchasers, and the brothers are showing up in order to get their property back from the purchasers. So let's take a look at that now for just a moment. The Asi Yoshi is in the short lines about the Hafirah. Asi Yoshi becomes Ali, the Ami Katan Haya, the Shalot Kedin Tafaskan. The husband got the Yarshin, no Shayach Kiyum Shtare. Oh, so now it makes sense. Remember, this guys, the Yarshin, they don't have a star. There's no Kiyum Shtare. Why don't they have a star? Because the shtar was between Levi and the purchasers. So for the Yarshim to prove their claim, Kiyum Shtaris is not a possibility. What's the only possibility? What about going? Eidos, and because they're not eating, then what? Addition, right? So now this makes a lot more sense. How can I understand it? Now this makes sense. So ideally, Reuven and Shimon would produce witnesses that lady was a cotton at the time of the sale. But that's kind of hard to produce witnesses like that. Including in the case in question, they couldn't produce testimony like that. They couldn't produce testimony like that. So therefore, then they come to Rabbi Akiva, and what does Rabbi Akiva? He said, Rabbi Akiva, allow us to exhume the body of Rothschild and Stalin. If you come a rule, so let's now interesting. So now this story makes much more sense. The brothers, surviving brothers, Reuven and Shimon go to Rabbi Akiva. So Rabbi Akiva, please allow us to exhume the body of ladies in order to prove that he was at the time of the sale and to show that the sale wasn't valid. And what did Rabbi Akiva say? Rabbi Akiva says, you cannot desecrate the dead. What was the response? What was in the story? And of course, what was the response? Ishtiku, silence, acceptance. So it's like, that makes a lot more sense when he's talking about brothers, talking about family. So the Gemara says, Ishtiku. So I say, if you understand that it is the brothers who are making the request for execution, and Rabbi Akiva says we don't desecrate the dead, so it makes sense that the brothers, the family, no one wants to do that. Rabbi Akiva says you can't do it. The fact that they readily accept that, it makes more sense that Rabbi Akiva is talking to family members. I'm listen to this. Rabbi Akiva said the first one, the case was as we originally thought, mainly that if the property was still in the possession of the family, and the purchasers were trying to extract the property from the family, and it was the purchaser who comes to Rabbi Akiva saying, let's exhume the body of lady to see if he was in fact the brother, then ultimately, again, when Rabbi Akiva says, sorry, we don't desecrate the dead, then they would have responded back. On my Shaski, why would they just accept that? Lengru, Anan, Zuzi, Havinale, Lenable. So again, why couldn't they say to the Akiva? Again, listen, you hear that? Money's money. That's not, this is not right. I understand you don't want to disagree with dead. We just don't want these money. And this person maybe sold us property. So you have every right to examine his body in order to ascertain whether or not he was a brother. So we'll say, so it's interesting. First of all, it's interesting about how people get money. Right? So we know this. We see it. He says there are a few things that you drink up and just come out of the true nature of a person. Koso, piso, and peso. So again, piso is fucking this money. You see a lot about people who can expose they do this money. We've also met you in the nicest and most well-mannered of people. When it comes to money, it's a different side of that. So again, you're not peasants. The fact that in the story, once that the Akiva said we don't desecrate except for financial purposes, the fact that the claimant accepts that so readily makes more sense if you don't understand it. Right? So if you understand the case that you just established that the property is in the possession of the purchaser, family was trying to get it back, they want to exhume the body to show that he was a katan. Then the Akiva says we don't go ahead and desecrate the dead, and the claimant accepts it. That makes more sense if it's within the city with brothers. They'll accept that because they don't really want to do it to begin with. But if the case is as we originally thought, maybe the property is with the family, and the purchaser is coming to extract it, and Rabbi Akiva says, I'm sorry, cover that race. What are the purchasers going to say? Cover that race, shmob that race, right? Get that body out of there, right? Because we spent a lot of money on this property, and we have every right to see if the sale was a valid sale. The fact that does not come up indicates to us that it makes more sense this new way that the property is in the possession of the purchasers, and if the family members are trying to extract it. So the rest is no. Inishumha, if that's what your proof is. So the rest is Inishumha, no area. How do you cover it? Because ultimately, this is what the Kada, Diakava Shamdanaba. So what the Akiva saying is like this. I would say, it could very well be, this is not a raya to the second version of the case. It could very well be the case that we said before, meaning that Halakha, it was the family still had the property, and they pushed them to extract. So how do you understand Rabbi Akiva's Rabbi Akiva saying two things. Number one, when Rabbi Akiva says you cannot desecrate the dead for money. What's it that means? You just know this is never happened. Absolutely. There are cases like this that do come up. Well, let's say again, you have to exhume a body for autopsy purposes in order for insurance claims or other things like that. So there's a lot of discussions in Halacha about whether or not autopsy is permitted, exhumation is permitted for financial purposes. So it's interesting that Rabbi Akiva is saying over here, we do not forget the way. That's number one. Rabbi Akiva is saying something else. If he came to zero shakal and double the evil, Simon was your shana for Akamisa. So the Akiva is saying, or maybe, if we go with the first version, with the family, and it's the purchaser who's trying to extract the money. So the purchaser will say, you know what? Sorry, we don't care about the situation of the dead. Money is money. Right? Get that body out of there, and let's see if he's a god or else. And the Akiva says, no, it doesn't matter. Why? Because Simon is in shines. So the Akiva is saying two things. Number one, you can't just risk it for financial gain. That's number one. And number two, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. Because at this point, what you're trying to see is, does he have physical signs of maturation? And I'm telling you, physical signs change after a person dies. And therefore, I say you can't glean any raya from the present state of the body anyway. So what we originally thought that Rabbi Akiva was saying one thing in two ways. He's in fact making two distinct statements. Number one, can't disclaim body for financial purposes. Number two, what you're looking for can't be accomplished because the body changes form after the person dies anyway. Okay, let's go back there. Shalom Shalom. So says, by the way, I want to point out, we are still mired in our same machlokas. It's the same machlokas, right? In the Mishnah, remember again, we didn't give Shimon a gift. We're going to explain you in the Shemira, and you recover. Shimon is claiming you are Bari. So what do we do in this case? So Shimon has to bring what kind of raya do you have to bring? So one opinion says Eidos, witnesses, the other says Kiyim Shtar. So this was still not in this method. That's what I know. Shaul, but you should have looking for the opener. Mishnah's back up. We're going to follow the Mishnah back up. What do you back up? Look at this. There's a guy, Reuben, and Lynn was consuming produce in the field. Ubaba has got Shalom. For a very long time, Reuben was using his field, and he was consuming the produce, and everyone around assumed that what? That Reuben was the owner. No, right? Mikara alav echad irer lomer shalihi. Shemit comes on and says, Reuben, not your field. That is my field. So now what happens? Reuben takes out a shtar. And what does it say in the shtar? The shtar shows that in fact Shimon sold Reuben's field. Okay? So in other words, what's happening? Reuben using his field for some period of time uncontested. Everybody assumes it's his. He comes along and says, hey, it's mine. So Reuben says, yes, it was yours. But when I say again, you sold it. Loma, you can set a star, right? You can set a star that says, ultimately, again, you sold it. Or so it was yours. So however, not to be started on the old one. So let's say the position says, I never saw that shot before. Never saw that shot before, right? It must be 14. Let's start at home. Tie my shot. Okay, keep starting. So we have a mechanism for that. I will say, by the way, someone, just because you produce a document, you've seen it before. Just because you produce a document, it doesn't mean that one, right, case over, the document could be forged, there could be something to be tampered with. So that's why there is a process of kiyum shtar. So Shimon claims, I never saw that document before in my life. No fight today is if Amar Shtar custom does that. Here's where he gets it. Shimon says, yeah, I wrote the document. And in the document it says that Shimon sold within the Yeah, she was like, it's called a star passing. Because he says, what's a star passing? Sometimes a person would appear wealthier than they actually were. They would have their friend write them a document of sale or a document of gift. So when I show up to the bank, when I show up to the bank, and I want to secure the loan, or I want to do business with someone, yeah, Ruben doesn't know the shield. Shim is not going to go to the shield. It's a fraud. Misrepresentation. I like that. Right? It was a misrepresentation of the actual factual deal. Right? Right? So again, Shimon says, yeah, I wrote you that star, but that's a star person. People, I wrote you that you should look wealthier than you actually are, or star amona shabakartino plus adidam, or I made a mistake. What did I do? So let's say star amona place. Shimon will write a document that says that the property is sold even before Ruben increases the money because he trusts Ruben. Really, Ruben does trust in this situation. Right? So Shimon says, yeah, I wrote this down. I gave you that you're going to give me money, but you never. So I'll say, so what's the other to do with the last time of the pick up an answer from this case tomorrow, finish up the home to go and also get clarity in terms of what kind of raya, and get further clarity on how he passed like that coming, or like Rabbi Meir in Mishnah. Shkak, everyone.
Somebody's like, are you first class? I'd be like, yeah, just
all right, have a great day, everyone.
I'm gonna say Shabbos and security. But dude, when you're waiting in line for the plane, it's not taking off without you, baby. But no, like also too, people bring in big bags for carry-ons. You know what I mean? Yeah. I belong to it. It's great.
All right, so looks like good morning. Good morning. Let us begin by thanking all of our sponsors for this morning. Should thank our commentator sponsors for the lucky year of Touch and Pay extended by the person in the of Eretz Yisrael. We dedicate all the German Rothschilds this year as a zichus for Misoros Tovos for the total sponsors for the month. Stephen carries in honor of the birth of their granddaughter, Deborah and version of the website of Dr. Zim, C. Bank, Kayim Zuhur, Shmuel Rabbi Radkin, so fortunately for Rabbi's cousin serving in the IDF, Yemen Kayim Pesach, Bank, Mushachana, and mission the website of Rabbi's mother, Tessa, and Rasa. Dr. Moshe and Grant, in memory of Dr. Grant's Southward. Please put your caution in the pastor, Raha Bas Hayo. We are going to let all the out all of this from Sadia. We are families in the home, all the way to should have a bit of call from the Torah, should never show the Torah hostages be shall be called and allow our holy soldiers to be successful. Was with that, let us begin. That is just what the truth. Let's pick up the next section on Kufman base. No, I'm so not used to ever starting on the right back. Okay, so we are starting on Kufman 0 $153A. I would have to pick up the next section. 5 line 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 lines from the top left run line. Hahi. Okay, now 6 lines down. There you go. Okay, so let's off this off. Hahi. Matirasa Behabikasa Baluchaim. The Chaim. So it's a very interesting case here. So again, and conveys ownership of property. It's document. He writes, imagines a Shkinira with 2 leaving. The Chaim Ubamaba means in life and death. So the Chaim is, of course, what exactly does mean the Chaim Ubamaba? Take a look at the Rashban for the morning. The Rashban says it's actually first of the intermediate lines. Rumas Nasa, Mata Shchimira, Mitzvah, Maskinim, the Chor, Rashban getting into this. Right here, getting the gift and the strength had the Rothschild, and you open this gift, the Chayin Uvenovas, in death and Elijah's obviously. This is part of the ongoing motif of the scene, which is that kindness in terms of gift is being given. So is this a mountain? Is this a healthy person's gift? Is this a mountain? What exactly in mechanic, what are the mechanics of this gift really constitute the choice? So let's again, so that says this is a matnash gemira. Shmuel says it's a healthy person's gift. Never so again, remember, we always realize the fundamental distinction between being a matnash gemira and a matnash bari. What's the fundamental distinction? If the individual of the shemira recovers, what happens with the gift? If it's a matnash gemira, then the gift is worthy, because every matnash gemira is essentially a gift with a tonight. If it's a matnash bari, the gift is matnash bari. No matter what the circumstances. So that says this is considered like the gift of shemira, the same thought, the less. Remember, what does the shemira say? This is your gift when I die. Again, any gift that hinges the form of the gift by definition of the shemira. Okay, what about the high said the chai that it says the chai? What do you do that? What do you do that? But you would be more interested. The chai. So when the Shkina writes he's writing modest. But he's listening to the Matnash Shkina. The fact that he also writes, this is your gift, not only in death, but also in your life. Why does he include that? This is your Matnash Shkina. His care is so. Rothschild with Torah Pid was Satan. כלומר, המקום יצירים מכל זה ולא ימוס. So see how beautiful this is. So Shkina is saying, really, Konrad, this is a Matna Shkina. What makes it a Matna? What makes it a Matna Shkina? Matna Shkina is the fact that it says in that. So why does he also include Nechayim from life? So I'll take that power suffering. So as I said, which means what? Like, can't don't give you something like, you're a shkina, but you're shkina, and you're writing that this gift is held when you die. But the list is still, I'll take that power suffering. Don't open your mouth to Satan. Don't destroy this concept. Go ahead and only necessarily bring about terrible things upon yourself. So therefore, when he says, Chayim, also to teach us, Hashem should save me from this illness, and I should not die. I should not die. So as I said, this is a very, very profound idea of this and just that. So what you see is the profound and deep wells of Jewish hope. That this guy is a shkina. So that they give. Yet nothing is stronger than the optimism hope of a Jew who is engaged in an anticipatory Satan from his illness. What's interesting is this concept of Atitak Parasatan. So the Shkina is saying that this is my gift to you when I die. In the next breath, he says, "My Father who should save me from this illness." So it's actually something incredibly beautiful. Put in the name of the Marian Diskin. So the Marian Diskin says this house. He asks a question on this. He says, "You see from here that you're not supposed to say something that is foolish. So if you tell us, even on the Shkina, this is your gift when I die." He's supposed to kind of like buffer that a little bit by saying the Chaim. Right? Chaim. You should say, so Niall Wiston asks a fascinating question. He says, if you look a couple of parshas and then parshas Vayhi, Yaakov Avinu says, Vayomer Yisrael Yosef, Amisa Hapam, Afari Va'osi Es Panecha, Ki Otcha Chai. So Yaakov, you remember after being separated from Yosef for over 2 decades, sees Yosef, finds out that Yosef is not alive, but he's thriving in the vital of Egypt. And Yaakov Avinu, when Yosef again rocks his grace, what Yosef says, I can die now. I can die now. After I've seen you and you're still alive, I can die now. So asks the Navir of this, the Safahafin, I don't understand. Omer Yaakov Alasmo Kiyomos, Bahar Klau Noklet Biadenu, the Olam Al Yitak Adam Pisatan. Incredible. So now this is what's going on here. How can Yaakov even say, okay, I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die now. So I've done this. Sometimes. Again, you could say, I'll come ready to die. Lost many years of life. Yeah. According to Uben Maves, what's going on with Yaakov? A great catch. Listen, guys, this is so what he says. Go over that. He also asks Kriyashna. Moshe Hedi Rashma Shamu Chazal so remember, when I look at things that you Rashi, that at the moment that I had met Yosef, he was of Shema. Now listen to this. He says, Chelki HaMitzvah, Chavim B'Yas HaShem, L'Sushas Hashem. Yaakov, Hayel Yaakov, B'Shem Tagmura, Yaakov Baruch L'Tifu Shiyan Yud Beis Shvatim. Ve'u Yim Sonat Shel HaShem, Shevet Yaakov, B'Asher Yosef Yaakov Ma'imo. Also, you see, wow, let me see if you want to actually this is Yaakov Avinu says Kriyashma is a mitzvah of the Haftas Hashem L'Kyacha, B'Chol Avcha U'B'Chol Nafshecha. To love Hashem is under the not so long ago. What does it mean to love Hashem in your heart? A willingness to give life to Hashem, to give up your life for Hashem. What's the problem? Yaakov Avinu wasn't able to hide it. Why not? Because if you act like made him a promise that he was going to establish 12 tribes, all the years it was glory, but he did not fulfill that. Because of that, he was unwilling, he was unable to give life to Hashem because his mission had not been accomplished. So the moment he went ahead and he saw Yosef came, Yosef Nimsa Kvar Elid Shal Kayonis. When he saw Yosef, and Yosef was alive, that represented that what? His work was complete. He had established 12 Shvatim. And the moment that he saw that his life's work was complete, Miyash Amar Hakam, Hineni Yochol Chavim Ramos, Belim Sonat Shiakidu Shmo Yitzvah B'Shem L'Chai. The moment that he saw that he was alive, he realized he had fulfilled his destiny of establishing 12 tribes. The moment that he finished, he had fulfilled his destiny, he was able to say with complete conviction, I'm Musafan. I'm ready to go. I've completed my life's work. I'm ready to take leave of this world. And he did not have to buffer that statement with something positive. Because it wasn't an Al-Tiftach. I'm ready to go. You forgive me now. My life's work is complete. Yosef is alive. 12 Shvatim have been created. I'm done. What's incredible? Incredible, absolutely incredible. Dramatic voice. Incredibly beautiful about this Yosef. Imagine reaching a level in life where you feel like it's complete. That's the imagine reaching a direct end. You say, like everything you put me on this world to accomplished, I have done. Yaakov Avinu reached that moment. Interestingly enough, it appears that Yaakov Avinu was the only one to reach that moment. We never see a similar statement by Avinu or Tzimukam. Not the only one who was able to say the words, Amusa, I'm ready to leave this world now because I feel that literally I have reached my life accomplished, my life mission. And because of that, my time in this world is over. Take me now. So I say, Hallelujah. That's what we aspire to. This is what you're to reach. This is what we've been to accomplish. To reach a level of existence in this world. We're ready to say, I've done it all. I've accomplished it all. I'm Musa. Yaakov said there's only one last thing that I've ever done. I've never given my life for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. There's one last mitzvah. Now at this point in my life, I'm ready to accomplish. I'm ready to give this last piece of myself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Incredible. So again, so back to the Gemara. So that's just a fantastic. And what's coming, by the way, the Navi's entire kasha is motivated by this Rashban. And Rashban, according to that, says, I'll keep that kind of Satan. That is shitting around with the gift. He says, the kind of a gift. So why are you including Chayim? Why are you including anything about it? So two lessons, right, about to live a life where you see I'm ready to go because I've done everything. And also lesson number two, the power of hope. Like the Rabbi says, even if a sharp sword is your neck, never despair of hope, never give up hope, never give up hope. Still doubting for the possibility that he's going to be able to push it. Incredible. That was all about every Monday. Which one? How do we cannot pass body? That Lamaisa gets like the healthy person's gift. And if I love Lamaisa, it stands no matter what happens to it up. That's the check with that. This is like a regular healthy person's gift. Why? Because again, it's written inside of the document. The Chaim, lifetime. This is like the train a lifetime. So the Chaim the hard exist to the law. I just don't include anything about death in this. So do not want to answer the ultimately, again, it's more like an expression. When it says that this is I'm gifting you with the Chaim is the Modas, that's like an expression of forever. So it says the following is Rav and Shmuel. One more time, the case is Shmuel writes a gift to Ruben, and in the gift in the document he says, this is the gift I'm giving you, the Chaim Ubin Modas. Rav says, makes it a mass Shmuel. The only reason why it is mentioned, ultimately from participatory internal evolution. Shmuel says, no, the mention life makes the regular nas body. And the only reason why it's death is to represent the finality of this gift. Okay. I mean, Lord says, purpose of us is that. It's like that. Meaning, this is a nas shchemira and again, which only participatory desire for the food. Okay, so Rav says something very interesting. What if it didn't say him, but instead it said Mikhaim? So we have a distinction. So this the Rabbi says Mikhaim is different than Mikhaim, and Mikhaim only mixes it into a matnas body. Take a look in the widest lines of Rashban. Second line in Mikhaim Kana, the Mashma as taught his skill with nose. So also here's what's interesting. Again, going back to this number, so there's a matnas that actually take effect. Like that's all this world. So to get these things now, the mechanics that we're creating now, but when it so then the gift itself doesn't really take effect until the Shekhinah passes away. Now, what Rabbi points out here is as follows. If the Shekhinah uses the notion of Mechaim means the gift is called now. Now, Mechaim, from the time, from it is in life, right? Being in life, and Mechaim, like from life. From life, the Gemara seems to say that the life again, the life of the gift takes effect now. Let's focus on Kavah. Amina said Tanakh does not follow Rava. That's obvious. The